All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you and welcome back to NORDERRA, Episode 2, Season 1. Just give us a minute to double check our audio, make sure the quality is there. And we'll be with you shortly. All right. We are good to go. All right, so Rob, how's things going?
It's going.
That's good, that's good.
Nothing new, nothing special, just keep on keeping on.
I hear that. And Josh, how's things?
Doing good. I'm in the process of moving a lot of my stuff, so been busy with that and work.
Nice. I see you had the Mandalorian shirt on, representing the Mando and Grogu.
Yep, you can't really see it, but I got the pants on.
I see Grogu. It is Grogu. I don't see the Mando.
He's on the left.
Oh yeah, the tiny little in the corner.
He's fully white instead of silver.
Imagine getting upstaged in your own show.
Hey, we all know that Grogu is the mascot of Mandalorian.
Absolutely.
So how's things going for you, George?
Gas is $4.60 a gallon. How do you think they're going?
Could be
Yeah.
worse.
Jeez.
Yeah, it could be California.
Exactly.
I mean, you can also start a shotgun. That doesn't mean that it's good.
Okay, that escalated quick.
You went from like 10 to like 100.
Okay, having lived in California, the gap between California and suicide is not as big as you think.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Okay, so we're gonna Hunter, how are you doing?
I was doing good, but now I'm not so sure sitting next to this man. I'm contemplating everything that I've ever thought.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, hopefully,
How's work?
it's pretty good.
That's good.
Running
Heard your
low on-
brother was in town recently.
Oh yeah, he was in town.
I didn't get to see him.
Next, he plans to come up around 4th of July, so hopefully you get to see him then.
That'll be cool. And Stacy, how are things?
Finally making some inroads in my backstock of painting, but
Nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
finally.
If you guys hear rat sounds, it's because I'm eating cough drops. I have a bit of a cold. Do not have COVID, however, but I do have a bit of a
You
sinus.
consume the red ones.
Yes, I consume the red ones.
I consume the yellow ones.
I've never had the yellow ones.
Oh, the yellow
Honey?
ones are nice. Yeah, honey.
Honey, yeah.
Honey?
Yeah.
That's
Oh, I
all-
had like a
That's
Ricola.
all I eat.
Is it like a Ricola? Ricola.
Well, it just tastes like honey. It's
Whoa.
nice.
Yeah. All right. So last we left off, you guys were en route from your home city to Vennensod, and on the last episode, we rolled a natural 1 on the cart fleeing, and the axle stabbed into the your employer. So
Truly a tragedy.
truly a tragedy.
Truly a tragedy.
So.
At least we got his soul to Valhalla.
Such
Yes,
an
that is
accident.
true. At least the gods won't be smiting you anytime soon. So, as the day progresses, you guys have spent a lot of the day digging a grave. You performed last rites. You guys are, a couple of you were performing repairs. You were basically sleeping most of the time because you had seen an astronomical amount of blood.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you were being extremely thankful and trying not to show it to everyone. So it's about maybe 3 o'clock. Honey and ginger ones for the win. I've never had those, Abby. I'll have to try that. One of our viewers was saying honey and ginger ones for the win.
That sounds terrible.
Sounds good.
Medicine's supposed to taste terrible.
Well, you
Okay,
know,
fair
That's
point.
fair.
you know, honey has that soothing that soothing touch, but then the ginger kind of opens your sinuses up a little bit and has that tingling feeling.
I could see either or, but they're both really loud flavors, and you expect them to step on each other.
You would expect it, but I mean, it sounds good.
Never tried.
But so it's about maybe 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Someone should start preparing food and a fire. It is kind of cool in the evenings out in the plains, because of all the wind.
Approximately when is the sun setting around this time of year?
Between 8 and 9.
8, 9. So
You guys have about 3 hours, 2 or 3 hours, yeah.
Do we want to start looking for a camping spot?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's probably.
Okay, those of you that have survival training, go ahead and give me a survival roll to locate
Well,
a camping spot.
starting us off well.
Did you get a nat 20?
Yeah, I did. I got a total of 26.
I got a 9.
15.
So with a 26, you find a little outcropping of rocks. And with that nat 20, I'm going to give you 2 points in regional navigation. And then you can fill in Arbus.
If it matters, I got a modified 20 on my survival.
Okay, so then you can gain the same EXP on Arbus.
Is regional navigation that's under survival?
Yeah, it's under survival. There's a line where you could add in an area. You would add in Arbus, which is the
Arbus?
the continent that you're from. Yeah,
1S or 2?
2S. I think.
I believe
5
so.
points, you said, or
Yeah, 5 EXP. No, I said 2.
You said 2.
2.
I
Good try, Hunter.
I-
You almost got me.
I literally didn't know how much you said. I was trying to find the location of the thing.
I'm medicated, and drinking orange juice. I'm not thinking clearly. Anyway, so you guys find a nice outcropping of rocks that'll protect you guys on 3 sides, and you guys can set up a fire so that the heat reflects off of the rocks, and you guys can kind of sleep close to the rocks and put the carriage off to another side. So you guys are pretty safe. So who's going to be on first watch?
Before we do watches, I'm going to take a python and 50 feet of rope from my explorer's pack. I'm going to go up to the top of the rock outcropping behind. If it's contained on 3 sides, I want to be here in the back side, on the opposite side of the opening.
Okay.
Drive a piton, tie a rope down.
So you can climb up on it
Yes.
if something happens?
One way in is one way out.
Okay. Alright, so give me a climb check, which would be athletics.
That'll be a 24.
I'll give you 2 EXP for climbing,
Yay!
and you succeed in getting up there. You guys see him driving a piton into the rock outcropping, and he throws a rope down and shimmies back down the rope pretty easily.
2 points, right?
2 points, yep.
The twins nod approvingly. Good idea.
So I'm assuming you're taking care of the cooking?
Yep.
So give me a survival roll for creating the fire.
That will be a 16.
Uh, 16?
Mm-hmm. That's survival fire.
Yeah, we're gonna do survival fire. Gonna give you 2 EXP points for that. You get a decent sized fire going, but you rolled high enough on your survival. You're like, I don't want to draw a lot of attention. Not too much smoke, not too much light. Besides, the rock outcropping blocks most of the light from one side, and the carriage is kind of blocking it from the other. So, what exactly are you planning on cooking? I know you guys have rations, but I don't think you guys have meat.
She is going to kind of make a vegetable stew.
A vegetable stew? Okay. That's pretty easy. Go ahead and give me a survival for foraging.
I mean, we have orc meat. Oh, wait, no, we buried that. That's right.
What did he do with the carcass of the manticore?
Wow. You guys left it. It's
Foraging?
like over there somewhere. Yeah, foraging.
12.
12? Okay, no EXP, but you find enough fruits and, vegetables and herbs and stuff around, some root vegetables. And now you can give me a survival check to cook.
That's gonna be a 15.
A 15. I'll give you 1 EXP point to put wherever you want in survival.
Okay.
And if you remember, unfortunately, that's the one thing I forgot to put underneath survival.
Yeah, survival other.
I kind of put it like a slash here between cook and fire. So.
Okay.
So you said 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys smell a nice vegetable stew. It's going to fill your stomach up. It's going to give you the nutrients you need, but it's definitely not the best thing you've ever had. But it's better than eating a trail ration for sure.
We'll kind of square up to you a little bit, not getting too close, and but make sure we're making, human eye contact kind of thing. And just thank you. We'll say in unison.
You keep working.
So I'm assuming you kind of dish it out in the wooden bowls and pass it out to everyone. You guys notice Tickles is up on the rock outcropping, kind of looking around.
I mean, they haven't seen her yet. She's been in the bag the whole time. We're gonna go do something with it after lunch, but...
Oh. Oops. So perception check from you 4. You see it.
Nat 20.
Oh.
I'm rolling low today. 10.
Okay, you won't see her.
21.
You'll see her.
15.
You will not see her. So the two of you see this black cat. You don't see anything else at the moment. You just see the black cat, and it's just it's got its back to you, and it's kind of looking around. It's a house cat size, little small black cat.
In twin speak, we'll talk out loud to each other. The twins will, but they'll basically be talking to her and just say hide.
And then all of a sudden, the cat will jump off of the rock outcropping and disappear in the darkness.
Once everyone else has gotten their food, she'll put away everything.
Okay. So you start cleaning up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Did you read?
Nope.
While this is going on, while she's cleaning up the camp, who is on patrol? Who is watching the perimeter? You?
Most likely.
Where are you watching the perimeter from? On the rock outcropping, on the cart, on the other side of the cart? Because remember, you have like a U shape behind you of the rocks.
Probably one of the sides.
Okay, of the U?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you can give me a perception check and a D6 roll at the same time.
Jesus. Another 15 and then 2.
2? You're pretty vigilant and you're watching around. You don't really see anything. You see a couple wild animals run around. The occasional bird will fly by, but nothing really catches your attention. Hunter, for Loki, you can give me a perception check, please.
21.
21. You noticed that Hilda did not eat, and she's putting the food away.
I go over, eat.
She'll, kind of in a huffy way, take it, eat one bite, and give it back.
Keep eating.
She'll finish it up and give it back.
Okay. Good.
Being a good master.
So proud of you.
Did she ever get that stuff she got from the dryad? The treat she got from the dryad? Oh, she put those away too?
You mean the cleric?
Or whichever one it was,
Yeah, she hasn't eaten that yet.
So after you guys are done eating, I would like to know who is going to sleep, what you're doing before you go to sleep, before you enter watches. I'd like to know, like, who's caring for the animals, who's... So you're caring for the animals?
I am caring for the animals and taking first watch, at least, unless somebody's going to argue with me about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean the twins are going to split. They'll be. Let's go. So we're elves, so we only need 4 hours of trance each, and they're going to split that. So I assume the rest is an 8-hour thing that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them will always be on watch anyway. But they would like, one of you guys should be on watch too, so that we have 2 people on watch at all times. But one will always be one of the twins.
Okay.
But before we get to that point, before it gets dark, the twins do have something that they would like to do.
Sure. Well, what's that?
Basically, they'd like to leave. Just kind of go off, sort of out of view.
Do you
of
let someone know you're leaving?
Yeah. We'll tell them. We'll be back before sundown.
Okay.
But.
So you wander out of town. Which direction are you going? Not town. Camp.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So we did ask where the Manticore Cave was, right? In the
Yes, he told you it was directly north of where the combat happened.
Okay, we will go south then.
Okay. So.
Hold on. The road is kind of going south, isn't it?
Correct.
Okay, we would go west then.
West.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
West will
it's kind
take you-
of southwest a little bit. Just away
Southwest
from
will
the
take
road.
you towards the hills.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there cover over there?
Yep.
Perfect. We'll head over there, and we'll kind of whistle for Tickles at that point, like as we're leaving.
Head pops out of the bag.
Kind of scratch her a little bit. And then once we're sort of well out of sight of the camp, we're going to take her out. We're going to let her scamper and play around a little bit and sort of try and explain to her as best we can why it's important not to be seen by anybody and why what she did was a dangerous thing. We're not going to yell at her or anything like that. It's very... We get that you're
You
cramped.
get the distinct feeling that she understands what you're saying.
Okay.
And she'll kind of brush up against you as like a thank you for looking out for her. And then all of a sudden she sees a grasshopper and she takes off after it.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you see her leap in the air, she disappears and she reappears on top of the grasshopper like a few feet away. It starts eating it.
Mm-hmm. So we'll give her a couple of minutes to eat. And then we're going to try something. We're going to... this is kind of an advanced concept to explain to an animal with 5 intelligence, but we're basically going to... Spar isn't quite the right word because we're not going to be doing any actual like damage or anything like that, but we're... You know how like quick draw competitions or whatever, like the whole goal is like who's going to move first kind of a thing?
Uh-huh.
We're going to do that for like an hour or two. Out of game, what I'm basically trying to do, because with that last battle, the Manticore, we saw it, but we were too slow to act before it got to us. So we're trying to increase our reaction time. We're essentially, I'm training initiative is what I want to do, but we need somebody who's not the twins because we can read each other's minds.
Mm-hmm.
So like we're just going to kind of stare each other down and then like try and act before she does, basically.
Okay. So give me an animal handling, and the higher you get on the animal handling will determine the DC for her to understand what you're trying to do.
Okay. Now I have Beast Whisperer. So when you roll an animal handling check to train or direct a beast, you get the profession die. So would that qualify for this? And what's the profession die at this point?
D4.
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 level 1, yeah.
Okay. And is this
Or up
something that you could also add guidance to or not?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a D20 and 2 D4s. Well, that's 22 animal handling.
Mm-hmm.
27.
Go ahead and roll me an initiative roll.
Then that one.
It sure is.
That's funny.
That's all right. That's fine. We need to get better.
She leaps at you and she appears on top of your head. Meow.
You win this round.
One of your other twins will give her a treat or something,
Mhm.
and then she'll jump down. She'll go back over there, and she'll kind of get ready. And you'll see her tail up in the air.
Yep.
Her butt, she's got the wiggle going on,
Mhm.
and you know she gets really really low to the ground. You know you can see her muscle mass, and then you see the tentacles just kind of float out. They don't come out very often, but then she kind of just sits there, and then she goes like that. She's kind of making you think she's going, and then we do initiative again. That's a nat 20.
24, but I think her initiative will beat me. Hold on. Wait, that can't be right.
I rolled a nat 20 for her.
Oh, I did math wrong. That's why. Yeah, so yours would be 23. I got a 22.
So, all of a sudden, you just see like some dust, and then she's right next to you, and she uses the tail, and she kind of taps you on the foot.
Good girl.
Meow. So you're out doing that for a little while. You're handling the animals.
Mm-hmm.
So you can give me an animal handling roll, please.
Alright.
I'm assuming you're feeding them and brushing them.
Yeah, feeding them and brushing them, and I'm going to be trying to do a little training myself. Animal handling, 14 plus 5 is 19.
19.
Okay.
So the oxen are listening to you. They're staying pretty close by.
Mm-hmm.
They're just grazing. The donkeys that are pulling the cart,
Mm-hmm.
they're a bit ornery,
Mm-hmm.
but they listen. You know, as long as you give them some food,
Mm-hmm.
they'll listen to you. But you've learned that there's one that's got a patch over his left eye that
Mhm.
you cannot trust him. Don't turn your back; he will bite you.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have to work with him a little bit more because he's very aggressive.
Okay.
Because he doesn't know you, so he's trying to bite you every time you turn your back.
So what do I have to roll in order to train him to?
Over a couple of days, successful animal handling checks. It's
Okay.
just gonna have to. It's trust bonding.
All right. I have Beast Whisperer as well. So
So who exactly are you trying to train? You said you were doing some training.
well, basically my idea would be to get in front of the oxen, shrink my profile down as much as I possible, then explode out into a threatening posture in order to. Basically, I'm trying to train them to avoid panicking, because that's what did in the previous owner.
Mm-hmm.
So, get them used to the idea of sudden shocks.
So you know the biggest male is watching you when you go over there and you do that, and then you
Mhm.
kind of jump up, and he just kind of doesn't seem affected by it, like, almost like he knows what you're doing,
Mhm.
and he's really not scared at all.
Mm-hmm.
Grab
So-
the Manticore head, be like,
Do I want to roll an animal handling check, or am
Are
I?
you trying to intimidate to make him run? What exactly are you trying to do? Like, I know what you described, but how are you going about doing
Okay, I'm going about it by basically presenting a threat, then having that threat not be real. I'll just, boo, and then not do anything.
it? So you're just going to go get close to another one and just go boo, and then see if you can startle it?
Pretty much, I'm 6'8", so I'm fairly large by humanoid standards.
Give me an intimidate.
Okay, that sucks. And can I add my Beast Whisperer to this?
Sure. Since you're trying to train them with it.
Oh, that's awful. That's a 4. Lose 10 experience.
You do have inspiration.
You do have inspiration.
All right, I will take an inspiration to.
That makes it a success. So you'll see the lead oxen just take off, and all of the other ones follow it. So everyone at camp hears all the hoof prints running away from camp.
I will. I have these. But I still have the. I still have his. Whoa!
Give me an animal handling at disadvantage.
Can I use my Beast Whisperer?
Yes, you can.
All right. So.
DC to beat is 21.
So that's not a 21.
I'd recommend using one of yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna use another point on that one.
That goes in the jar.
All right, sorry.
It's okay. So they stop. They're kind of moving a little quick, but then they kind of stop and look around. And then the alpha equivalent of the oxen, the biggest male, kind of is staring at you like, but he's giving you a dirty look.
I will whistle, tell him to converge. Because I've got the previous owner's commands memorized.
They converge together. And he's just standing there in the center of the group looking at you.
I will look right back at him.
What's he say?
How far away are you?
I don't know. 60 feet?
Give me
maybe?
a perception.
21 again?
You fucking prick. But you don't know that, George.
I'll kind of start laughing though a little bit.
And then he'll his front hoof will hit the ground, throw some dirt around a little bit. And then he kind of, will whip its head around a little. And just staring at you.
Alright, I'll do the same thing again.
Boom! Give me an intimidate. 16 is the roll to beat. I rolled low this time.
12. I mean, that's just a straight 12 since I don't have any charisma.
You can use strength. Remember
That's a lot better.
Okay.
Remember
yeah.
we talked about that.
Okay, if it's strength, I can use a 16. It's a 16.
So defender would win.
If it meets, it beats.
Yeah. So they run.
Whistle. Whoa!
Give me animal handling.
Same DC or lower DC?
16.
Same disadvantage or?
Yep.
Well, that screws me. Let's see. I'll use another point.
Wrong way.
Sorry.
It's still the action to do it.
He's so used to giving it over to you.
Sending it back.
It's like muscle memory.
It is.
All right. So I will whistle to make them converge again.
They stop and then they get together, and then he's looking at you, and he's kind of got his head down now. He seems very irritated.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, perception.
Yeah. That's not as good. That is a 11.
You hear it, but it doesn't register exactly what he said.
Probably said something horrible about his mother.
Alright, I will do another intimidate to try and cow him. Or fold him in this case.
Okay.
I think you might want to slow down.
15... 19.
He doesn't move. He'll take a couple steps forward towards you, and he'll kind of dig his front hoof in and kind of throw dirt.
Mm-hmm.
This time you hear what he says. One more time, skinny man.
I'll get up and I'll start approaching.
Him?
Yeah, I'll start coming towards them.
Do I notice you, or should I roll perception for that?
He's a half giant. You
Oh, okay.
You notice me easily.
Okay.
Because you probably hear the...
Yeah. He'll just look at you.
He's not amused with you. If you try it again, he's going to charge you.
That was just frustration.
This man here is trying to help you.
Are you talking to him in bee speech?
Yeah.
The ox will kind of tilt his head to the side, very fucking confused. Do that little high-pitched oxen talk that they do, and says, "How? By startling all my women?"
Little man is trying to embolden the resolve of you and your mates.
Why?
So you don't run off again.
Well, then he shouldn't do that. Then we wouldn't run.
Yes, but there are creatures out there that are scary. You need to trust that Loki and Loki's allies will protect you.
Who killed the big cat with wings?
Wait, was it? No, it was you.
No, it was a group effort.
It was a
he
group
did
effort.
most of the damage.
Actually, that's not technically true. I mean, most of the damage was done before I got there. I mean, what did he have left when I killed him? Like 5 or 6 hit points?
No, he had 22, but you did
Oh,
the
yeah,
totality of his health in one hit.
Oh, I know that, but he was already almost dead by the time I got to
I did about
You
40
actually
-ish.
did the most
He
of
did the
damage.
most actual damage that counted.
But yes, I got the killing blow.
I did nothing of importance.
Loki and Loki's friends killed the creature.
Hmm. Okay.
Everything good now?
He turns and trots off over to where the women are, and he starts talking to them.
Everything should be fine now.
His character's like, thanks for stealing my thunder.
Skull will just give him a look and shrug.
He was getting ready to charge you.
Skull, he'll give you a grin. Challenge. The message it's conveying is challenge accepted. He doesn't say anything out loud.
I'll just...
So while they're doing that, what are you doing?
Apparently, I'm the only one that's on guard duty.
Just kind of hanging out at camp. She's cleaning up after dinner.
I'm pretty much useless otherwise. For this, anyway.
So what do you do after you're done cleaning up?
After she was done cleaning up, she would be setting up everyone's sleeping area. Well, his definitely. It depends if he orders her to do their areas as well.
Well, they're not here right now, so do you take the initiative to do it anyway?
No, because I was not given that order. I will instead just set up his tent, see him walk off to deal with the bulls. This is kind of like, and then I will continue to tend the fire.
Okay. So as the two of you come back into camp, you see that your tent and your bedroll has been set up very efficiently, and
Thank you, Hild.
you see her. She's gathered up some more firewood, and she's got a nice, comfortable fire with some embers going. And you see him on guard duty. And right about now is when the twins would be coming back.
There's one thing we're going to do real briefly before, like right before it would be time for us to head back.
Okay.
So we've been doing this that whole time, basically. We're then going to send her on a quick patrol around us, just to make sure that nothing's around.
Mm-hmm. Give me an encounter roll, D6. I rolled really high on her perception.
I rolled a 1.
Maybe you shouldn't be rolling anymore.
Nah, whatever. How else are we going to get experience?
I'm gonna get some more limeade back in a second.
Or die, you know. One of the two.
Can you give me some more orange juice too?
Will do.
Thank you. You're in the plains.
It's so fun to talk to animals and then just get unsettled by me.
Yep.
I also find it funny that Ox probably looked at me and like, God, he's big.
Mm-hmm.
I still gotta figure out how mine works.
Hmm?
I still gotta figure out how mine works.
You're what?
I can sense or something animals and plants.
Oh.
I can't really
Mhm.
talk to them directly, but or something to that effect. I'm assuming it's like empathic or something.
Do me a favor and roll a percentile, Rob.
4.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Oh.
You said 4?
Yep.
Tickles comes back over and kind of looks at you, spreads her legs out, and then looks a direction, and then with a tentacle points.
All right. We look that direction.
You don't see anything,
Okay.
but she'll start walking that direction.
Okay.
She doesn't seem scared.
Okay. We will stealthily follow her.
As you follow, you come in contact with a life-size, what looks like old worn stone statue of a female
Uh-oh.
wearing a dress. There is 2 very large cats at the base on either side of her, and has like a laurel wreath of flowers around, and in one hand you see she's holding a bronze cup and there's water in it, and in the other hand you see it's empty, and there's some runic writing on the bottom of the statue where her feet are that has worn and you can't really read it.
Okay. What's the facial expression on the woman?
Smiling.
Okay.
Very warm, very inviting.
Okay. And is there any kind of a holy symbol on her?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Nope.
Can we roll a religion to see if
You
this
can
is
roll religion.
anybody that we know of? Not great. 9. What the hell's religion? There it is. Only 11.
That would be Freya.
Oh, okay. So the female has her holy symbol on her, and the male has Frey. Or Frey.
Freyr.
Freyr.
It's the same thing, but different.
Spell.
Yeah.
Okay. So do we know what's custom here? I mean, are we supposed to leave something? Like, do we know anything about a religious practice around a statue like this?
No, not really.
Okay.
I mean, you can roll religion again if you would like to know exactly what you can and cannot do.
14.
So with a 14, I'm sorry. With a 14, you know that she's obviously the queen of the gods for the Nordic pantheon, and you know that she is very heavily connected with cats, the home, stuff like that.
Okay.
So some form of offering and a small prayer would probably have some type of a benefit in those terms. Also, it wouldn't be unheard of if you drank from the cup. Kind of like it feels kind of like it was put there for travelers.
Okay. What do I have that might be a good... With that 14, do I know what kinds of, like, offerings? I mean, is it monetary? Is it food? Is it...
Really, the gods are open to any offerings, really.
Okay.
It really depends on the nature of the deity. Currency is always accepted. But the bad thing about it is it usually gets pillaged.
Sure.
So you're putting something there that someone who comes by won't know the difference, will take it, and they'll get the wrath of the gods for it. So unless it's a temple, currency is probably not a good idea.
Okay.
But food tends to wither and pass, so they will absorb the essence of it, and if someone needs it, then they can have it, that kind of thing.
Okay. Wow. Doesn't leave me much. Wait, what was the last thing you said?
food tends to wither and pass.
Yeah, what'd you say after that?
Well, the gods absorb the essence of the item, the life-giving energy, and then sometimes people can come by and still eat it. Otherwise,
Okay, so that's considered a
animals
good.
will- yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Otherwise, animals will eat it.
Okay. Okay, we will. We'll do both. Well, yeah. Knowing that it might get taken, we are still going to leave a couple of silver, just to have done so, and we'll leave. How many rations do I have? Where the hell are my rations? Sorry, this is taking so long. Oh, there we go. I have a bunch of dried meat rations that I bought for her. So we'll leave 5 dried meat rations.
Do you put them in her hand or on the floor?
How many will fit in her hand? Like, would all 5
It's a
fit?
normal human hand, so yeah.
Okay. We'll leave them in the hand. And then we'll put the silver underneath them.
What's your passive perception?
17.
Okay. You notice that there are runes on the bronze or copper cup.
Okay.
Bowl that's in her hand. You didn't notice them before, and they have a faint white glow to them now.
Okay. Since we're cartographers and we have paper and pen and everything, we'll quick copy down the runes since we don't understand them. And then we will take a sip.
Okay.
Oh, actually, that's wrong. The female will drink first,
Okay.
if that matters.
When you put the bowl back, you see Tickles on the shoulder of the statue, and she kind of steps down on the arm, and she leans forward, and she kind of takes a couple licks of the water, and then she'll jump down.
I'm gonna give her a dried meat ration. Not like feed it to her, but like hand it to her, if that makes sense, to see what she does with it.
She looks at you. She looks at what you did with the other meat. She looks at you. She looks at the meat. She disappears, and she's on the shoulder, but the other one. And she puts the meat on top of the other pile.
Good girl.
And then she comes back.
And then the male will take a sip as well.
Okay.
And then, does anything else happen immediately?
Nope.
Okay, so we're going to do what we were going to do out in the field before this happened. This is actually pretty serendipitous. So there doesn't seem to be any other living people around, though, right? Or any living things? Okay.
Nope.
So the twins will basically, like, lotus position, sit down right in front of the statue. They'll pull their hoods back. They'll lean in together and touching their foreheads. And they'll spend about 5 minutes just weeping, just crying.
Okay. Tickles will keep reaching up and like tapping you on the face, like.
And she's used to this. This
not
is
understanding what's going on.
But she has seen it before. This is sort of almost like a ritual in a way.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's not a prayer or anything like that. It's
Well, she is very concerned that you're upset, so she's like, it's okay.
And then after about 5 minutes, we get up, wipe our eyes, put the hoods over, and direct Tickles to follow us back to the camp.
Before you leave out of game, is it deep backstory of why your characters do that? Like, you don't want people to know yet?
Yes.
Okay.
So one of our flaws is, let me get the wording of it. Where is it?
Oh, what?
Abby says, weirdest National Geographic episode I've ever seen. 10 out of 10.
One of our flaws is we can't let others see our inner turmoil. And so this is like everything bad in their life, they kind of get out when they know they're alone.
Yeah.
And that they can't, so they're not showing weakness or anything to anybody else. And this is their way of sort of expressing that with each other. And then it's back to roguelike facade.
Okay. With your passive perception, as you stand up, you notice that you're not sure where it came from, but you notice that there is a teardrop coming from the statue. Like the eyes aren't open or anything, but you do see like from the corner of the eye a trail, like a drop of water fell down.
How high is the statue? Is it normal?
It's life size.
Okay. The male will take out a handkerchief and just kind of wipe them away from the statue and then leave.
With the handkerchief?
Yeah.
Okay. So right about now, you see the twins come back into town. By the way, Tickles jumped back in the backpack.
Yep.
And George, I'm assuming you have since stopped messing with the bulls.
Yes,
Okay.
it doesn't seem to be productive, especially when I don't speak beast and he does.
Okay. So you notice that the temperature starts to plummet a little bit.
Like unseasonably or
No, not unseasonably. More like there's a shift in the weather.
okay.
Is any of your characters fought in a war or a battle in the past? Okay.
No.
Victim of one.
Nobody
So Loki, your left knee starts to cramp. Like your kneecap, it gets that achy feeling, like rain's coming or something.
I'll go sit under my tent.
And then you guys hear lightning kind of crosses overhead.
You're back in camp?
He said we were on our way back. I don't know if we had gotten there or not.
Yeah, you're coming in just about now.
Then yes, we're back.
I'm gonna do something real quick.
Okay.
She's gonna take the meat out of the special ration that she got. She walks over to you.
Which one? Or both?
Both.
Okay. How do you want? This is out of game, but how do you want people to like deal with you? Do you want us rolling insight? Do you want us?
If you can, if you want to get her
Sure.
motives.
Yeah, I will definitely roll insight on you. That is 14.
Can't read her.
Okay. I mean, it's clear you're offering. Oh, I need this one. Ooh, those are low rolls. Both of them together will reach out for it and do that thing where they kind of like cup your hand underneath. Thank you.
She'll do that, and then she'll walk away. You may insight that.
Within
22. No, 23.
For your cat.
What's that?
It's for your cat.
Ah.
Get the cat.
Oh.
Oh, now she's gonna have to kill you.
Well, we kind of smile, like when your back is to us. We kind of smile knowingly, and then we slip the meat into her bag.
And then since he's in the tent, she'll quickly eat the cheese and veggies of her special ration. Raining. She'll go in his tent.
And then the rain starts. You hear the thunder. It's echoing in the distance. So I'd like to know what each of you are doing. I know you went under your tent, and I know you're getting in his tent. What are you doing? What are the twins doing?
I didn't. Yeah, I guess so. That's trance. So the male is going to go into his trance, and the female is going to take watch.
So just stay out in the rain.
Yeah, I mean she's got a cloak on, so.
Okay.
And with the wood elves, what is it, Mask of the Wilds? Mask of the Wild, they can hide in rain, so she should be pretty stealthy out there.
I just realized your tent would only just fit you.
Huh?
The tent would only just
He has a
fit.
custom tent.
Oh, you have a custom one?
Yeah. Mine is bigger.
Actually, you know what? No, instead, so you're by yourself, she's gonna go sleep in the car.
Oh, that makes sense.
So you're gonna go underneath the cart.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, you can stay in the tent.
Nah, she'll go in the car.
Is the cart covered or not?
You have
The
that,
cart
yes.
is not covered. It was broken.
Okay, so you'd have to go like under the cart.
He's
Okay.
fine with that.
Okay.
Careful so you don't drown.
George, where are you going?
Well, I'm taking the first watch. But since he's taking the first watch with him, the first thing I'll do is set up my tent under the rock outcropping, right by the rope that I set up as a lean-to.
Mm-hmm.
So I can
Okay.
absolutely stay dry.
Give me a survival for that.
The survival will be 25.
Okay. I'm gonna give you 5 EXP for survival, one of your choice. So I know where you are, and you're still on watch.
Well, apparently now we got 2, so it's like I'll have to take the next watch or something. So
Well, you were already out there on watch, so there can be 3 people on watch.
Okay.
There's 2 twins, so
It's,
so the 3 of you are on watch, the female and the 2 of them.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's perfectly fine. I mean we'll have to settle into a pattern eventually because
Yeah.
what's going to end up happening is now there's going to be a problem. At one point, it's just going to be one of the twins on watch if we do it that way.
That's fine, but it's happening by accident, so that'll
Yep.
make you guys talk about it later.
Yep. Okay, that's fine.
So with the 3 of you on watch, you're going to sleep,
She's gonna
and
curl
you're
over.
going to sleep.
I go to sleep.
Okay. I would like for the 3 of you to each roll an encounter roll, a d6, please.
Alright. Uno!
6.
6. So where exactly are you at, George?
Well, if
Because
there's...
I know she went out into the rain.
Yep.
And he's to the left of the opening of the U of the rocks.
Alright. I would be at the top of the rope on the...
On the rock cropping?
Yeah, on the outcropping, because that's above my campsite, and it gives me visibility on the eastern. I assume is the opening south facing or north? Which direction? Which direction?
It's south facing.
Okay, so yeah, that would give me immediate visibility on the east and west, of the east and west sectors, and to see the northern sector, I could literally just use a turn around.
Okay.
You okay?
Gotta go through that.
George, go ahead and give me a D100 roll, please.
Alright. 42. The answer to the life, the universe, and everything.
Off in the distance, coming down the road from the direction you're going, you see 4 carts and about 6 or 7 horses with soldiers on it.
So are the horses pulling the carts, or are they independent from?
They are independent. They are
Okay.
loose. They are cavalry in a sense.
Okay, so like outriders or scouts or something.
Uh-huh.
Can I do? Is there some check I can roll to determine what I'm looking at, or?
That would be knowledge. It would either be history, humanoid lore, or heraldry.
So, considering that I'm basically feral, that's nothing I would have knowledge of in character.
No.
So, I'm just gonna let them pass by unless.
You gonna point it out to anyone else, or are you just gonna stay quiet?
Staying quiet maximizes our chances of not being noticed. So, I'm just going to hunker down, try and move as little as possible, keep an eye on them, and just wait it out.
You get a perception check from you and the female twin.
23.
What do you find?
Sorry, I have one more question.
What's up?
This particular region is principally occupied by orcs, correct?
Orcs, humans, yeah.
Okay, so dark vision is a very common trait.
Yes.
So the low visibility of these circumstances isn't as
The rain will be hindering that a little, but not a lot.
not as much as it would in a human circumstance.
Correct.
Do you two have dark vision?
Half orc, yes.
Half of
Do half elves have dark vision?
Yes, they do.
Okay, cool.
Half elves are really good.
So, both of you see this coming. So you're about maybe 100 paces off the road. So, if they go by you and they look right, they will see the cart and the oxen.
She's gonna hide.
Okay. Give me a hide roll. Stealth, I mean.
Yep. That could be guidance, right? Perception can't. Can stealth?
Yeah.
Okay. Not that it matters much, but 11, 20, 27.
Okay. And you also see them.
So
And you're standing right by
closer.
you're standing right by the car, so
This is in 4th edition with bounded math. There's 1d4 is always significant.
True.
Just get the bow out or ready or whatever, and then duck behind the outcropping, and if they come closer, then we'll do something. But if they drive by, nothing.
okay. George,
Mm-hmm.
the female, and you can give me a perceptions.
Oh, that's gross. Bad gross.
15.
12?
50?
15.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the hell?
I mean, you want to give me 50, that's
15
fine.
again. I rolled 3 7s today. So like a D12.
12.
So the two of you see two riders break off and start coming toward the cart. They're about 50 paces away at this point.
I hate doing this, but she'll send a telepathic message to her brother to wake him out of trance.
He wakes up.
He will then wake up him. On your skull.
Ow.
Okay, then I don't.
Oh! Torrendoris!
Trouble.
Oh. I'll get up.
You hear horses trotting in the mud.
I will disguise myself.
As
Shorter phrase.
okay, and you are using what to do that?
My innate ability to cast that spell. Disguise self.
That's that furball power.
Yep.
Does the Firbolg power have different rules than the base version? Because in the base version you can't change your basic configuration.
I can appear shorter.
Okay.
Only up to about 3 feet shorter, so
You're still like 8 foot tall.
I'm still like 8 feet tall, but I appear like
So you're the
a
closest
very
one.
tall race.
Do you want to step out and address them, or do you want to let them keep approaching?
They can keep approaching.
Okay. They get about the distance from the cart, and you see they kind of look around. They see the fire is going. She's kind of stocked it up so it's actually staying lit through the rain. And he looks around. He sees your tent. He sees her underneath the cart, and then he sees you. And you notice, and you notice that both of the riders are full-blooded orcs, and they have great axes on their back. And they're kind of looking at you both, or you guys, and
as somebody who's traveled fairly extensively for 100 years, what's the etiquette here? I mean, do we ask if we can help them with something? I mean, like, what's...
So from an out of game perspective, it's going to be almost impossible for them to start a fire unless they use magic,
Okay.
and magic is really rare. So they may be just testing to see if you're friendly. You could offer them to join your fire, but that would bring people that would ask questions, people you don't know. But it is a common thing. I mean, sharing a fire is, there's unspoken rules to it where, you know, no trouble is supposed to come during that time. It's like neutral ground, especially during a storm.
Common courtesy.
Yeah, it's a common courtesy.
Sacred hospitality?
Yes.
Local equivalent?
Yes. It's very much a sacred hospitality thing. The gods would show favor of it.
Okay. So I'll glance at you and just kind of like the male.
Are you peeking out of your tent?
Oh, I've fully stepped out of my tent at this
Okay.
point. I'm kind of like going like this because I do not have dark vision.
Okay. The male.
So I'm
I
pretty
guess.
much relying on the lightning strikes to illuminate.
One good lightning strike will happen and you'll see the two orcs. They look fucking menacing. They look like they've seen some battle.
I kind of look around. Doesn't look like anyone's approached them.
Nope.
I will approach.
Both of the orcs will look at... What's up, George?
I'm sorry, I'd like to... Is there a perception check or something I can do to see how heavily armored they are? Because they're both on horses, right?
Sure, you can roll.
Alright. Perception?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gross, 2.
You're not sure.
I need to get less cursed dice.
Yeah.
The rain and the darkness is playing tricks with your eyes.
Okay.
So as you approach, as I said, you notice they're full-blooded orcs.
Mm-hmm. I have a spear and a shield, but otherwise I don't have any armor. These are basically just for protection. So.
And you see they're on what would be the equivalent of full-blooded orc-sized war horses that have really nice embroidery. The stuff that goes in their mouth, really well kept.
Do we see any kind of emblems, heraldry, any symbols on them?
No, not at the moment.
Okay.
One of them goes like this, and in orc, so he says, "Hail and well met."
I look at him.
Do you speak orc? I say in common.
Loki does not speak orc.
They'll look at each other, and the other one will switch to common. Hail and well met.
Hail and well met.
And we'll answer back hail and well met in orc, just to be friendly.
The other one will look at you and nod. And the one that speaks common kind of trots forward a step and says, "It appears that Thor has saw fit to grace us with a storm today."
It seems that Thor is hammering away, beating his drums.
They will kind of smile, very gnarly, sharp teeth grin. You notice their tusks have jewelry on it and have carvings in it of runes. You notice one of them on his left tusk, the one that spoke orc, has the Nordic runes for war on it, just engraved in his tusk.
What can Loki and his allies do for you?
They look at the fire. We've noticed your fire. We have women and children with us.
Insight?
They're telling the truth.
Okay.
Do I hear them at this point?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'll stay hidden.
Please.
What kind of area are we looking at here? I mean, can we fit 10 or 12 people, or?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Especially near the rock cropping. People can kind of they can put some tarps there, some lean-to tarps, and can fit easily 10 or 20 people under there.
Okay.
Please, join.
Your hospitality is appreciated, says the lead orc, and then he'll kind of look back at the other one and he'll make a hand gesture of some kind. You can make me a perception check. so can you.
I want to make it. I'm gonna burn
Okay.
it.
19.
That'll get it. You notice he gives Rogue hand sign and says stand down. And you see around you like 4 or 5 shadowy figures step into the light. And they kind of start moving toward the rock cropping and kind of get close to the rocks. And you see the other carts start to turn and come over. They start to handle their animals and they kind of surround the area with their carriages and carts. And they, like I said, they set up a tarp lean-to and they just all huddle underneath of it. And you guys are all around the fire except for you're on top of the rock cropping.
Can I do a stealth roll to try and hide from them? Because as far as I know, they haven't seen me, right?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Do you have heavy armor on?
I have medium armor, and it's mithril, so I don't get disadvantage.
Okay.
That's awful. 9.
I rolled a nat 20.
No point that I didn't even roll.
Yeah.
You step in apart,
The
and the lightning illuminates you.
The female is also staying hidden. She had rolled that, what did I say, 27?
Yeah.
And she has that boon of undetectability, so.
No one seems to look in her direction.
Okay.
So, the 2 lead orcs are gonna sit right up on the fire in the rain, and you notice one of them reaches in a pouch and sprinkles something in the fire, and the fire turns blue, and you notice the water is no longer affecting the fire, and it'll kind of get a little warmer.
Oh, that's interesting.
What was that?
Heimdall's tears.
Ooh. Is that a flower?
Yes, it is. Ground into powder, it gives a small coating for the fire so that the water can't displace it.
Interesting.
So we'll start a casual conversation with them about who they are, where they're going. I'll weave in some thieves' cant and just say, we're friendly.
Okay. The lead orc that did the hand gesture will notice it, and while replying, will weave in some signs as well. But basically what he describes is they're on their way from Vennensod up to the port city on the west side of the mountain range.
So heading north?
So they're going to head north and they're going to cut across over the mountains.
Okay.
They have a long trip ahead of them.
All right.
They look like merchants that have hired some really badass orcs to protect them on their journey. Everyone else other than those 2 orcs and the other 5 that were on horses, they just look like normal people, like merchants and stuff like that. But when weaving in the hand signs, he says I accepted a mission to come with them to protect them. One of them is a noble in disguise. That's why there's a few of us with him, protecting him. And then he also says we mean no harm.
Sure. Okay. Not using thieves' cant, just speaking plainly. We were hired for a similar mission to head down to Vennensod. Unfortunately, we ran afoul of a manticore a few hours north of here.
Oh, that's a shame.
We killed the manticore, but we don't know if there are others. We left its lair.
One of the other orc looks at the one that's speaking common and he translates in Orcish. He goes, that way?
Is that the way?
Yeah. What'd you do with the body, he wants to know.
We left it.
I decapitated it
Oh.
and used the head as a grave marker.
Sure. One of our numbers who stood bravely against it decapitated it. used its head for the marker of our fallen employer. But the body itself, we left.
And you're still going through with your mission?
We were hired.
They seem to nod in approval. You know, like, that's the way it should be type thing. And you notice they start speaking in Orc to each other. So those of you that speak Orc, you know that they're saying, I'd like to take a detour and go to that body. You know the spikes on the manticore are worth a lot of gold. And they kind of nod to each other, and they say, if there's anything left over, we'll head that way before we leave in the morning. We can ride hard and fast, so.
Out of game, I'd like to clarify a point.
Mm-hmm.
Since manticores are poisonous, they have the sting. Are their tissues poisonous and therefore inedible?
No.
Okay.
No, because specifically their spikes have poison glands, and their tail has a poison sac.
So the rest of their tissues are safe.
Yes.
Okay.
Sensing no danger, she'll leave up from the cart and will stand by him.
They instantly look at you like they didn't know you were there. What one says in common, where did she come from?
Ah, Hild.
She was keeping dry under the wagon.
One of them will grab you by the arm and pull you to him. A frail thing. What exactly does she do for you? I mean, can't exactly. She's too young to have sex with. She definitely doesn't know how to tend the animals.
She's more like a daughter to Loki.
He will instantly let go of her. Because it's inhospitable to act like that towards your family. So the moment you say that, they let go. Oh, my apologies. He'll look at you and say, I apologize, Hill.
She's just looking at the ground.
Why don't you go get to bed?
She'll go back to the cart.
Go underneath of it again.
I still find it incredulous that you're going under the cart when there's a perfectly nice tent. Getting muddy under the cart.
She don't give up.
Or her to do otherwise.
So there was going to be a couple more encounter rolls tonight, but because you guys have this massive force here, you guys don't have to worry about it. So they will take up all watches because they have to protect their people. I'm sure you guys are still going to weave yourself into it just to ensure there's no shenanigans.
Yeah.
Okay. So I need one person to make an encounter roll through. We're going to do a d20.
You haven't got to roll yet.
This is to see if somebody irritates their number.
15.
Okay, no. So, morning comes and the rain has since stopped. You guys notice that the sun is out bright, and you notice those two orcs are gone.
Yeah, are the rest of is the rest
Oh,
of
everyone else is here still.
Okay.
They're making breakfast.
She'll actually take point in making the breakfast for everyone.
Okay. Give me a survival roll. One of the orc females will walk over.
Want to see that 20? Nice.
One of the orc females will walk over and hand you a big basket. In the basket is about 6 dozen eggs and a big chunk of ham.
Okay, that will be a 22 with a nat 20 for breakfast.
Oh, shit. So I'm going to give you 5 EXP for you to put in cooking. And you cook an incredible breakfast, a full spread. Like, you make grits, oatmeal, bacon, ham chunks, eggs multiple different ways, and you also make a light broth for everyone to like chase it down with.
Okay, she does not partake today.
Give me a perception check, Hunter, for Loki.
Since we're kind of watching her, can we also make a
18?
perception?
Sure.
18.
You see it. She's not eating.
If he saw it with an 18, I
Hild?
definitely saw it. I rolled a 19.
She's not eating again.
I'll give her a thing of food.
Give me an insight.
12?
You first.
Oh, I've already eaten.
No, she's close. It's more like they must eat first. This is their food, you know. She's just a cook.
Yeah, that's. You. By you first, she means like.
Everyone.
Everyone else.
So everyone starts to partake in eating. One of the women will make 2 plates and cover them and set them aside because they're gone. Yep.
First thing I do before anything is I want to do a survival roll to check for the trail of the 2 orcs just to see if I can get a general idea of what direction they were going.
It's very easy because the ground is soft from the rain.
They went to the Manticore.
And I wished an 18 on that, so 25.
You know, they went straight for the Manticore hive.
For me, that kind of gets under my skin since I don't believe in troubling dangerous animals without a good reason. But yeah, I'll just.
They went for the hive.
Oh, the hide. I thought you said hive.
No, they don't have hives. They have dens.
Well,
But they went
same
for
thing.
they went for the hide because they want the. They talked about it last night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, I'm assuming everyone partakes with breakfast.
I have double portions.
I will take a bit of everything, mix it all together, and eat. For me, food is food. It's the idea of food being a qualitative resource as opposed to a quantitative one is just alien.
Just a weird way of putting it, but
else?
you're absolutely right.
So, what is it that the twins are doing while they're eating? Anything specific? Making small talk with the orc children, human children, anything?
They wouldn't do that. They will. They'll have a casual conversation with the women. It's just completely non-offensive, like small talk, basically.
Okay.
Like what are you interested in? How are you enjoying your trip? That kind of thing.
They basically will tell you that they're not looking forward to the mountains, but they've enjoyed it so far, and they were very lucky to find some very hospitable people.
We will weave in some thieves' cant just to see if they're in on it.
They're not.
Okay, so that tells us something.
Only the 5 that were on the outskirts and that one orc
Okay.
seems to know the thieves can't.
Okay. So yeah, I guess we'll just.
By the way, those 5 that were on the outskirts last night, even though she was stealth, she didn't even see them.
Okay.
That means they're really skilled.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, passive perception 17. So, we will. You know what? We haven't done this yet. So we'll provide a little bit of entertainment. We'll take out a couple of instruments and just kind of play. Too.
Oh, they're loving it. Give me a
Entertain.
performance.
Okay. And that is with advantage because of what you gave us at the beginning of the game, just so everyone knows.
Yep. Sorry. Oh, you're fine.
So that is a 21.
2 experience points. And with a 21, everyone's kind of eating their breakfast and kind of, bobbing along. Even you guys feel like your spirits are a little lifted.
I have a question.
That would be performance instrument, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything. It appears as it should. There's no illusions or anything anywhere, right?
No.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
No, illusion magic is incredibly rare. Incredibly rare.
You never know.
Are
True.
you still disguised, by the way?
No, that wore off.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm big now.
A couple of them will make comment about how, wow, the storm really did take away their perceptiveness because you looked like you were this big last night.
I looked like I was 8 feet. Now I'm 11 feet. Wow.
And they're like, wow, you grew a lot overnight. And one of
Shrinks in the rain.
One of the kids will come over to you and will go, Mister,
Mm-hmm.
You must be on Thor's good side because he gave you magic last night. Because I saw you. You were smaller. Now you're bigger. So he gave you a boon.
Oh.
You must be a really good man.
Loki tries to live by Odin's standards.
Ooh, when you say Odin, they look at each other and they kind of get very humble.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll say, one of them will say, I saw Hunan once. The other one goes, no, you didn't. He kind of stares at him like, why would I lie about that? And then they start debating with each other, and then they end up wrestling, and then they run off chasing each other. And the mom apologizes. I'm sorry about that. Brothers tend to fight.
It is fine. Children are children.
Did you close the door?
I did, yes. Do you want me to put the? Do you want me to bring them up here and put the gate up?
Yeah, you're gonna have to do something.
Alright.
They sound distressed.
They're unhappy.
George is gonna step away from the table for a moment to bring the puppies upstairs because they're screaming. They have been neglected for the last 45 minutes. But oh, you do have a yellow one.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try a yellow one.
Okay.
I'll give you a red one. I need a trade.
Just
You see, Abby, I got a yellow one. I'm gonna try a yellow one.
Just for flavoring purposes, the twins are kind of like back against the wall while they're doing their performance and just kind of watching everybody. It's just what they do.
About an hour and a half goes by. Breakfast is over. You're kind of cleaning up. A couple of the ladies are helping you. If you say no, they will vary and kind of help anyway. It's a culture thing.
So you're also tackling one of her flaws is I have to do everything by myself. So she's kind of like double speeding everything.
Trying to beat them to it.
Yes.
So they will
Roll a sleight of hand to grab a plate out of their hands and watch it yourself.
One of the ladies will actually walk up behind you and put her hand on your shoulder, and will say with a very calm voice, "My dear, you made such an eloquent breakfast. Let us help."
She will flinch when she touches her.
She'll recoil her hand, showing that she means no threat.
She'll be bullheaded and still, obviously can't speak, but be bullheaded and still try to do her herself.
So, do you let them help?
No.
I'm gonna take you outside for a moment.
Okay. So you're doing performance. You're cleaning up after breakfast. You're talking to people. What are you doing?
Apparently, I'm always on.
So you're
Always
on guard
watching the door.
Okay. So when you're on guard duty and you're looking around, you get the whiff of blood. Like a strong smell of blood hits your nose. And you kind of follow it, and you notice one of the oxen has died. You gonna get close to it?
Closer, I guess. Where's?
Give me a perception check.
I was gonna say, where's George at? Or
George's character is up on the rock cropping.
What am I rolling?
Perception, I
For
think,
perception, yeah.
Right?
4, 7, 26.
So you notice that the belly of this female, where some of the stitches were, on the it's kind of opened, and you see some of the intestines have come out, and it just bled to death up during the night. And you see something on the ground next to where the body was that kind of sparkles.
This ain't.
Ooh, what could this be?
What could it be?
So as you get closer, you notice that it's actually sapphires, about the size of your thumbnail.
Just laying on the ground.
They look like they fell out from inside because they have blood on it. It's the weirdest way to give me my wish for riches. I mean, you stuffed it in a cow. What happened?
Now he's gonna go kill every cow he sees
No, he's
for
not.
riches.
So what are you gonna do?
So the cow died. It's got stitches. Like I said, I need somebody with animal handling, so let's put churches outside. Okay, the cow's already dead. There's stitches. Let's remove the stitches and see what else is inside them.
So as
At
you
this one.
as you cut the stitches on this one, you notice the rest of the innards pop out, and you notice that it had a secondary bladder put in there, like, and it was holding something and it got punctured. Like the movement of the sapphire wore a hole in it. And when you open that up and look inside, there's about 200 sapphires inside that bladder.
The gods are blessing you.
It's a trick, I know it. I never get good things. So, I guess, well, we'll collect up the sapphires or whatever, as much as I can. Put them in a pouch or something.
Okay? Are you going to pick up all 200 of them? Okay? You gather up all 200, you put them in a bag. Bag's pretty heavy, maybe 50 pounds. I mean, they're decent size sapphires.
Waiting on George.
We can come back to that.
Okay.
So while you are talking to one of the mothers, she sits and she says, "So for your hospitality, what is it that we can do for you?" It is tradition to reciprocate in some way. Out of game, you do notice they have a lot of carts and carriages with them.
Mm-hmm.
They might have some spare parts, like to create the cover on your wagon again, or
True.
maybe extra wheel or something. Wouldn't cost a lot, but would be a big boon to you guys.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I was thinking of other things. More like information. But yeah, no, parts is good. Loki and his friends would appreciate spare parts for the wagon.
Oh, well, of course. She'll stand up and she'll say, "Excuse me." She goes over to a cart. She unhooks one of the tarps and moves it, and she pulls out a couple reinforced wooden wheels and a canvas, and she goes over to your cart. Make a perception check for me. You can too while you're performing.
$13.
17?
So with a 17, you notice she reaches in to her cloak, into her robe, and you see a small stick, like this much of it stick out, and she touches your cart, and you see the wood repair itself. And then she puts the two wheels on your cart and the canvas, brand new piece of canvas. Really thick, bear hide canvas. That's incredibly durable. And then she'll come back and sit down at the fire and stoke it a little bit. So while you think about how you're going to respond to that, you finally catch a glimpse of George, of his character, Skull.
Get his attention.
Perception?
What am I looking for? Perception, that'll be a 17.
So you see him kind of trying to get your attention discreetly.
He'll look at you and walk towards you. What?
I'm standing beside a dead oxen.
Wait, this is dead ox? What did I miss?
Yeah, it looks like some of the stitches on the bottom on the belly of one of the females ripped open during the night, and she bled out. You see her, some of her intestines are on the ground.
So she's been cut open. She was stitched up, and now she's.
It looks like she succumbed to her wounds out through the night.
But she was wounded before we came into possession of them.
Yeah, this definitely is not something that anyone did through the night. You can see the stitches.
Okay.
It just looked like a couple of them gave out.
All right. So that would be a medicine check to examine the wound. Does it look like she was torn by an animal, or?
You don't need to roll for this.
Oh.
Your mind goes back to the picture on the piece of paper that you found on your employer that everyone got a glimpse of, where it looks like the butcher diagram for a cow. It's perfectly the line that you see on it, and it's perfectly cut by something incredibly sharp.
All right, I will pull one of my. Are the stitches entirely split, or just some?
It looks like a couple of them ripped open but through pressure, but a lot of them going down towards the groin area actually looks like it was cut by a knife recently.
So but the thing is, it is fully split open now. It's just
her belly is completely exposed now.
Okay, I will flip her on her back. Do I need like an athletics check or something for that?
Yeah.
Okay, athletics.
Yep.
And unfortunately, half-orcs do not get powerful builds, so 16 plus 6 is 22.
Yeah, you flip her on her back.
All right, I will pop her open, see if there's anything inside that I can.
You see. Give me a medicine check.
All right.
Since you're a kind of a thoroughly outdoorsy type individual, I won't give you disadvantage, but we'll have you do a medicine check.
All right. 20 dirty.
You notice that it has 2 bladders. That's not normal. The bladder looks like it's been cut open.
So is the second bladder hooked up to the rest of the digestive system?
Nope, it's sewn into the inside of the rib cage.
All right, I will pop open the bladder and see if it's preserved. Because if it was just a regular bladder, it would have started to go bad after a few days.
It looks like it was tanned and coated with something to preserve it inside of the body.
And it's currently empty, right?
It's completely cut open. It's currently empty.
All right,
but it was about this big. Whatever it was.
I mean, in terms of the eternal volume of an ox, that's not much. So
yeah, but whatever was in it, if it took up that whole space, that's a lot of something.
I mean, but cattle have multiple stomachs, so the point is there's a lot of internal.
They have
volume.
multiple stomachs, but not multiple bladders.
The point I'm getting is that there's a lot of internal volume in a bovine digestive system, so you could put pressure on the inside without having catastrophic effects.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry. Am I off base here?
No.
Okay.
You're fine. So when you're looking inside of there, you're kind of investigating deeper. You do notice something. Closer to its spine up the rib cage, there is another pouch that you almost missed. But it's sewn into the rib cage to look like part of one of the ribs. And there's something in it.
I will try to extract it without breaking it open.
That would be a sleight of hand.
Ugh.
Or you can get someone else to help you.
I will ask him to help me, since he's the one who called me over.
So you're going to hold embrace and you're going to let him do it?
If I mean, that would be.
Or is you gonna make him hold in and you brace, and you do it?
I assume just naturally that he is better sleight of hand than I do, simply because I do things by brute force.
So you can roll with advantage with sleight of hand. So you're gonna give him the help action.
Yes.
Shitty roll.
You forgot this. Or do you not have guidance?
I don't have guidance.
Oh,
I think this is. Well, it's 14.
14 total?
Mm-hmm.
14 will be enough. So you remove it. It's about a foot long. And it's kind of shaped like a sock, but it's skinny. And it's the same color as the membrane.
So.
And it's kind of like... Actually, you know exactly what it is. You know those ices that you put in the freezer and they're plastic on the outside and you got to push them like this to get
Oh,
them?
yeah, yeah.
The long,
It's shaped just like that.
So it's very long, it's very thin, it's about yay proportions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And when he pulls it out, it bends. So whatever it is bendable.
It's flexible. That's okay. That's not what I noticed though. What do I have to roll to see if I can determine if it's the same substance or material or whatever the right word is for the bladder that I saw that was already empty?
It is the same material.
Okay, so I don't need to roll for that. What would I need to roll to determine how advanced a surgery technique you would need to, I don't mean in terms of...
You wouldn't be able to succeed with the roll, but you
Okay.
know it's well beyond anything you understand.
Okay, so...
I mean, making sure that they don't bleed out with their entire belly ripped open, you don't know how they did it.
It's extremely advanced.
Yes.
Okay, so I will hand him the bladder.
Oh, he has it.
Okay, he has it. In which case, I will use one of my 2 first level spell slots, cast Good Berry, and I will feed a Good Berry to each of the remaining oxen.
Okay.
What I'm trying to do here is, since Good Berry restores 1 hit point, what I'm trying to do is heal up their bellies, because they all have the same surgery scars, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm trying to heal up their bellies so you can't kill them just by popping open the stitches.
Okay. All right. So you give them good berries. What are you doing with the pouch? Are you gonna open it? There's a piece of twine around it holding the top closed. The bottom is sewn closed.
Not yet.
Okay. So you're performing. You're still doing breakfast stuff. The two orc soldiers come back, and you notice that they have a bag that has some stuff sticking out of it, like spikes and shit. And they toss it on the back of their wagon, and they walk over to you, and they hand you 10 of the spikes.
Ooh.
Since you and your group was the ones that killed them.
Finder's fee.
Huh?
Finder's fee.
Pretty much. And they're trying to be very kind, because you guys did do them a solid last night.
Yep.
What was their value again?
You don't know.
Yeah, he didn't say.
You did hear them talking and saying that, well, they are
They were
really
worth
valuable,
gold, yeah.
but you don't know how much. So you finish doing that, George. Round about now, they're breaking up camp. They're starting to get ready to head out. Your performing is done.
Yep.
What are you doing now?
We'd like to pull aside briefly the rogue orc, and just have a candid conversation with him away from everybody else, just real
Okay.
quick, if he'll come.
Yeah, he'll come with you.
Okay.
He'll come with the male, not the female.
Oh, so like he won't let both of us come, is what you're saying?
He's trying to make an excuse. He walks off and he pulls his dick out and starts peeing.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha. Okay, that's fine. We can read
yeah.
tells. So we'll just both be standing there urinating.
Don't cross the strings.
And very quietly, we'll just say, So you came from Vennensod?
Mhm.
How would we get in touch with the guild there?
The old well in the southern district
The old well?
has a loose stone in it. If you remove the stone and put it on the ground next to your feet, one of them will find you.
Old well, southern district. Remove a stone.
Put it near your feet. One of them will find you.
Okay. Are you passing through Finn?
Mm-mm. We'll be heading west before we hit Finn.
Okay. Then sadly we can't return the favor, but thank you.
No problem. He'll finish and put his stuff away, and they will all head out. And before they leave, they'll all turn around and say bye. You know, all of the peasant-y people are being very kind. See you later. Goodbye. Safe journey.
Skull just stare at
The soldiers are very doing the soldier thing.
While they were, when they started to tear down camp, I wanted to basically go away a little bit and ritually cast detect magic and kind of go back in.
That woman, the older orc woman, has like 5 things on her that's magical.
Okay.
You also see my bow light up.
Oh.
Something lights up on me as well.
And
The collar lights
my
up.
hair,
I'm aware of that.
and the hairpin.
Hairpin, bow,
Oh,
multiple things.
You
Anything
also
on
have
him?
a wand.
Well, the hairpin.
That's the hairpin, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything on him?
Yes, his legacy.
Question: Does Mithril Half-Blood count as magical, or is
No.
Okay?
Is it your
So-
legacy though?
It's not my legacy.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's something in his bag that glows as well.
My legacy is my axe, but
So his axe glows.
Okay. I was, but nothing else on any of the other orcs glowed.
Nope.
I was just trying to figure out if there was how decked out these people were.
No, just her.
But now
Oh, here's an interesting.
now Loki is aware of what these guys have. That's magical.
I don't know how to do this without metagaming.
or cat.
Because I wouldn't know the
Okay.
answer, but the
Mine.
handkerchief
Is
that we
your axe?
wipe the tears
Oh.
off of.
He's not interested in taking it.
Yeah.
Ron forgot about that. There is another thing that pings.
Oh god.
There is something in the female,
The male is the one who did that.
the male's pocket. Something small
Something small.
is glowing as well.
Is there a school of magic associated with it?
Divine.
Fine, okay. And the thing in this backpack, illusion? I'm guessing that's out of character. That's the display for beast.
No, but similar.
Oh, okay.
Would the tattoo pink for that as well?
Yeah, it would.
Getting all kinds of information here.
I am.
She also has a magical tattoo you didn't know about.
Oh.
But yeah, he's got 4 things. 4 things total ping on him.
Oh, I suppose it would. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then just one.
And 2 including her collar.
Okay.
I know this is metagaming, but I love that I have 4 things on me and I can't use any of them.
I love the fact that I didn't.
Or don't know how
I
to.
didn't do this to figure out about you guys. I was curious about the other people, and I was just like, "Oh wow, these guys are decked."
The one thing you probably don't understand about my character is that he doesn't understand the concept, the conceptual gap between possession and ownership.
Mm.
So if you're interested in his axe, you are
Sit.
interested in his axe.
Good boy.
So
Gotcha.
So you guys are just going to start breaking up camp and getting ready to head out?
I'm gonna find her.
She's just now finishing loading stuff into the back of the cart.
I'll put my hand on her shoulder. Help.
Are you covered in blood?
I'm sorry?
Yes, actually he is.
I instantly faint.
It's dry, so
It doesn't matter.
sorry, it's her flaw.
Okay. So you touch her, she turns around and looks at you. She was startled because you scared her, and then she looks at you and she faints.
We look over. Does this happen often?
Not again.
The male will pick her up, put her in the cart, kind of cover her with the blanket that's in there.
He'll walk over to the female and put his hand on her shoulder, just exactly the same way. Help.
With what?
Kill her. He'll point at the dead ox.
Kill her?
Kill her.
Kill her.
Kill her.
We'll go examine it.
Do we all see this?
Oh yeah, you see the dead ox.
And I imagine since we could read that that parchment, no one else could. We know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, but whatever was supposed to be in there is not in there anymore.
We'll start looking around for tracks.
You just see his tracks and his tracks.
I mean, if he's coming and he's coming, then I'm looking for you now.
Yeah, I'm walking over.
Okay.
Are the merchants and the orcs? They're completely gone
Yeah, they're
now. At this
gone.
point,
Okay.
right?
So now we're okay.
They're out of the eyesight.
So, what happened here?
Then I'll give you the tube thing. The thing that we haven't opened yet.
Do any of the stuff that came from the ox register?
How long does it last? The spell?
About 10 minutes.
Yes. Whatever is in that small pouch does.
Ooh. Can I see?
Absolutely.
It's a long skinny pouch.
Can Loki see?
There it is.
I was doing so well.
So well too. Yeah.
I actually didn't even catch that one.
Yeah, I'm speaking out of character. I did not catch it either
That's
until
all right.
he snapped. But yeah, Loki will take the thing.
Does it look trapped in any way?
No, it looks like it was just sewn inside the body.
He'll kind of feel it a little bit to feel what it is, kind of like not like this, but kind of like with fingers. Kind of.
It moves around kind of like if you was to fill it with that tube with like sand
Okay.
or powder of some kind.
I'll undo the twine a little bit. Open it just a little bit.
Okay, inside of it you see a red powder. And when your detect magic looks at it directly, it glows. It's a very, very strong evocation aura.
I will pull out the pearl, and I will ritually cast Identify.
Are you going to tell us what you're doing?
Uh,
Or do you just pull out a pearl and sit down for 10
I just pull out a pearl. I don't even sit down. I'm just like this.
What are you
So-
doing?
He's chanting.
He's talking to
He's
the
doing
gods.
magic.
Probably that's what he does.
Gesundheit.
We'll leave him to his thing and patrol to make sure no one
Okay.
happens on us. And let her, when we're out of their sight, we'll let her out to get some exercise. But
Okay.
we're not doing anything like we did yesterday, just to get her out. Maybe if she wants to go hunting for a vole or something.
Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
With the ration, it had 3 parts: meat, vegetables, and cheese. I only gave her the meat part. Did the vegetables and cheese proc? They did.
The what?
The cheese and veggies.
What about him?
Did they proc as well?
For magical, for the detect magic.
That you were getting. Who gave it to you?
The orc lady. She gave me a ration that had meat, cheese, and
Oh no, every piece of it is magic.
okay. So I would have added meat and cheese. So.
Oh dang!
And yeah.
Wait, somebody ate a piece of it?
I gave
gave
them the
Her,
meat.
him the meat.
Who ate the meat?
It was supposed to be for the cat.
Did she eat it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, we're gonna get back to that. Who ate the cheese?
She hasn't yet.
Nobody.
She still has it.
What about the vegetables?
She hasn't
Still
yet.
has it.
Okay.
She's on her anorexic trip right now. She's not
Okay.
doing anything.
George, what are you doing while he's spending 10 minutes identifying it?
I'm gonna be packing up and making sure the rest of the animals are good to go. Since I fed them the good berries, I'm gonna check their stitches, see if they're healing up any better. Since
none of them seem to be having any complications at the moment. You notice that the lead male bull doesn't have stitches.
All right, but what?
All the females do.
Okay, what would I need to roll to see if the tissue underneath the stitching has started to heal up? Because the thing I'm concerned about is, can you pop them open just by ripping the stitches? Because
By the time you get there, you're gonna have to cut them back open again.
What?
By the time you get them to Vennensod, you're gonna have to cut them back open again.
Okay, so they are
Because
healing up.
they are healing.
Okay, because to me the question of the stitches is an abstract problem. If as I see it, the way what we're doing is delivering cattle intact. So
No.
breaking the stitches is a bad thing.
Right.
So healing them up is a good thing.
Yeah.
So if they're healing up, I'm very satisfied with that. I'm making sure the cart is ready, which someone seems to have mysteriously repaired. I'll need to look into that.
Enough. Lay down.
But so yeah, I'm just getting the wagon and the cattle organized.
Okay. So, what are you doing during the 10 minutes? You're just standing there with him?
That'll be,
Patrolling.
my guard duty thing
Okay.
or whatever.
So,
Waiting for him.
after the 10 minutes, you know that this is actually a divine magical powder.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Surtur's Fire.
Oh.
How do you spell that?
SURTU.
There are 100 uses in this pouch. One use will cast Fireball.
Wow.
What level?
At its base level.
3.
Wow. These are weapons of mass destruction.
And this powder is incredibly volatile. If it gets exposed to blunt impact enough, it will explode and trigger all the uses.
And probably make a really big explosion.
Out of game, it is the precursor to Necklace of Fireballs.
Refresh my memory. Fireball is 68.
86.
86.
86.
Okay, I'm sorry, I had that backwards.
It is a lot of damage for a level 2.
So times 100. That's
Fireballs.
that's
No,
Death.
Oh,
856.
Yeah.
for a level 2 person. What?
Minimum of 800 damage.
Uh,
600 damage.
Yeah, this is a
minimum
mushroom
of
cloud.
600 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 600.
And it's
This is how we open a portal to Muspelheim.
and it's potentially inside of each of the female cows.
Right.
Well, I mean, this is more like a daisy chain nuke than.
Where did you find this?
Point to the cow.
My eyes just go wide. I walk over to each of the
They will try to motion for skull again.
Do I need to do a perception check? Or?
No, you see it.
Okay, I'll walk over.
Now I hand you the pouch
The pouch means nothing to me. You'll have to.
It's
with the emeralds in it.
It's
Or
it's
the
about
sapphires.
it's about
Yeah,
this
the
big.
sapphires.
Uh-huh.
It's heavy. When you open it, it
Yeah, you were gone when he pulled it out, but he pulled out a pack of about 200 sapphires.
Again, this is an abstract concept to me. It's a shiny rock.
Sure.
Are these in all of them?
One would assume.
Who did Loki take a job from? This is very dangerous.
So we're gonna pause right there. I'm gonna let you guys role play amongst yourselves before the cart starts moving.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go use the restroom. So you guys can.
I want to play with Douglas because I'm unconscious.
One use of this is very explosive.
So,
One use of this. Dead, 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 dead.
so,
Get it!
Technically, I could survive.
Oh yeah, you could. You both of you could, yeah, that's right. I forgot. These are... Any blunt force on these will cause them to go boom.
don't kick oxen.
Don't let oxen get attacked.
Not our problem.
It is if everyone is close to them.
Deliver oxen, not our problem.
No.
I'm not there, so.
Oh, you're not here?
No, I had left to go scout while you were doing your ritual.
Oh, okay. I thought one of you was here though.
Nope. We both left.
Oh,
Because you didn't tell us what you were doing. You just murmured to yourself for 10 minutes, so.
It's true.
So we're like, alright, we'll make sure no one's sneaking up on us, I guess.
Where are the twins?
Who cares? We go now?
I'll just point in the direction they went. If they haven't come back yet.
Yeah, I have no idea how long I'd be gone. I suppose it doesn't take too long to scout around a perimeter. So.
Probably a few minutes.
Doesn't it?
It does.
Ooh.
Alright, for the purposes of this, we'll say I'll come back just to make it easier.
Dangerous. Big boom.
Why are you talking to us like that?
Maybe
We
Loki
understand
wants to
complete
talk like
sentences.
that. Loki lives how Loki wishes.
Where was it?
Loki will stop living if he stops.
In the cowl.
You still have that letter? When we got off a call?
Oh! Yes. I'll pull it out.
You take it out. Look at the diagram based on where the stitches are.
That bathroom's like an ice cube.
You kind of
So
point to it.
So is the whole downstairs. That's why the puppies were.
Son of a biscuit.
So... Loki is wondering who the employer was and what his connections were. Because this is quite concerning.
Very. We're starting to wonder if perhaps we got lucky he passed. The diagram that shows where to go to, like, butcher the oxen or whatever, does it show just one, or does it show three, or?
It shows two locations inside the body cavity, and it shows a hidden compartment inside the left horn.
But it only shows the. I'll check that in a second. But it only shows the one. Like, it shows one oxen, right? Or one ox.
One blank oxen.
Okay. So it's no indicator. Okay. There's something here in the horn. We'll take a look at that. We'll see if the horn.
Give me a sleight of hand.
Okay.
I take the horn never registered as magic?
Nope.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'll burn one. This could be bad if there's something like that in there. I'll have that put in there. So I'll burn an inspiration.
Okay, so you notice that you twist it this way, and then you twist it that way twice, and then that way, and then it just kind of pops off.
Okay.
And then you notice on the inside there's a cork.
Okay.
It just twists off like a combination.
Okay. We'll very carefully remove the cork.
When you remove the cork inside of it, you see liquid.
Now, is this in the tip of the horn, or is this?
It's in the in the entirety of the horn.
Okay, but the horn is now removed and is filled with liquid.
Correct.
Okay.
It's like a horn. Like
Right. I wanted to make sure it wasn't like on, like, if the horn cuts off here, I wanted to make sure it wasn't like here. You know what I mean? I guess give it a smell. I mean, does it have an odor to it?
Has a pungent earth smell. And you notice when you kind of go like this with it, it's very thick.
Okay.
If you give Loki some more time, Loki can determine if that is poison.
Oddly specific, but sure.
I will take 10 minutes to ritually cast Detect Poison and Disease.
It is not poison.
It is not? Okay. Whatever it is not poison. Nor magical.
You have the background sailor, correct? You know the smell.
Smelled that before.
You've smelled it before on a ship. It's oil, a byproduct of
Whales.
No, it's from the ground.
Oh,
It's
true.
a byproduct of tar
Tar.
that's used to, patch up the ships.
So oil and fire were both packed into these things.
Quite explosive.
Is there any way? This is in character. I'm asking him. Is there any way to remove this stuff from the other oxen without killing them?
Medicine?
Oh, you're asking me to do...
You can only help if you're trained, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a natural 20, and I did guidance myself to make sure. So that is a total of a 28.
No.
Nope, not without killing them.
Not unless you know the method it was used to put it in the first place.
Unless Loki or someone here knows the method that was used in the first place to put them in, they will die.
Does the letter? I know you said the letter sort of explained where to cut them. Does it explain that process?
No.
Okay. Well, this is dangerous.
Yes, quite.
Stop. Go lay down.
Well, what should we do?
Who else is investigating the auction?
I think all of us are there except her, who's unconscious.
I'm not investigating. This whole conversation is going over my head.
Sure.
I'm just
Standing there pretty much.
No, I'm champing at the bit, ready to go. I've got things I want to do, so you guys are wasting my time.
I know that you guys are investigating the oxen, but I need to hear exactly where you're investigating.
Where on the oxen? Well, we just did the horn. I basically looked at... Well, they had already explained that they looked at the two cavities that are shown on the diagram, right? And then I checked the horn. So according to the diagram, there's nothing else there, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I don't know if I'm investigating anything else on this oxen. Do you guys?
Clean it out, maybe? Use what's left of it for meat?
And if you want, I'm with Skull. I think we should get going. I don't want to be around these oxen longer than possible. These are
Kicking time bombs, quite literally.
I don't know what that is.
Fire and pitch.
Yes. So yeah, I'm in favor of getting going. Either that or abandoning them, but I assume you would object to that.
Yes.
What Loki is concerned with is, what will these be used for?
Well, we can give them to the authorities when we get there. Do we know who we're supposed to deliver these to, or so we don't even know. So we can just bring them to the local magistrate and tell them literally everything that happened. We took a job. He didn't tell us the details. We were supposed to protect him. He was killed by a manticore. Well, killed as a result of a manticore attack. We brought these the rest of the way. One of them died. We found this. We wanted to bring it immediately to their attention.
Death with Manticore, not death of Manticore.
Right. That's what the twins would
Yeah, I'm
would
fine with that.
recommend or advocate. What do you think?
Well, basically, we can
I don't
decide
want-
on the way. Is
Loki
the
doesn't
guns
want this to end up in the hands of ne'er-do-wells
It'd be
as
just
he
be a
holds it himself.
shame to waste all this meat, though.
I know. But if
What do you think about the meat?
everyone wishes to leave, I guess we can leave.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
What do you think about the meat? They want to hack up the.
How long has it been dead? Because putrefaction sets in, especially during summer months, it will set in a matter of hours. If putrefaction setting in is not good,
It's been sitting there overnight.
okay, that is absolutely not edible. I will physically restrain you from trying to eat it.
Nope,
you go.
won't eat it then. Yeah.
Okay. Then I say we get going.
Finally.
So you guys start heading off. Back in formation.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole day is uneventful. And enough.
Doesn't Tickles eat the meat?
Oh yeah, Tickles ate the meat.
Good point. Tickles has 10 temporary hit points.
Yeah.
So, as you guys are making your way down the road, and you guys are kind of patrolling and doing your thing, I'm going to need a couple cartography rolls from you.
Sure. All right, so that is nature, I think we said.
Yes.
Okay. So that's an 18 for the first one. How many do you want me to do?
Give me 2 more.
Okay, 18. That one's only an 8. That one's a nat 20. So 22 total.
So I'm going to give you 7 experience points to put in cartography.
Okay.
And with the nat 20, you notice something. Just off the road, you're just passing it. You notice the startings of a sinkhole.
Oh dear. Okay.
And because you rolled a nat 20, you're able to determine exactly how wide it's going to be. It is going to eat the road.
Okay.
Eventually. So basically, you're kind of like to go around, and that's safe now.
Okay. So we will make the note of that. Is there anything available to make like a sign, like a warning sign to travelers?
A universal sign is usually either a downed tree on the road, or you can put something over there to mark it, like an X with 2 trees.
Are there? I know you said this place was basically ravaged by forest fire a few years ago.
There's dead trees all over the place.
Okay, so there's enough timber to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we will call a brief stop to set up that sign to warn travelers, because we don't know when that road's going to go.
Okay.
And then we will also advocate that we go around it so that it doesn't collapse while we're there. And then we would do another one when we get to the other side of it.
Both of the twins feel their heart flutter. You know that weird feeling where you feel like something weird happened with your heart?
Mm.
You feel your heart flutter.
We just kind of look at each other, continue on.
Keep going.
Yes.
Skull's looking annoyed by this whole thing.
That's fine.
So as you guys carry on, I am going to award 50 EXP to each of you.
Yay.
For preventing a catastrophe from a traveling caravan that would have followed behind you.
This is character EXP or
Character.
skill EXP? Okay.
For an expert, I don't do that.
So, while you guys are traveling, the next thing that you guys notice is it's kind of midday, so that's usually when the sun is supposed to be at its hottest. But it's actually kind of cool. There's a nice cool breeze going. You know, it's very comfortable.
Is it overcast?
Nope. just very comfortable. Again, you guys are on the plains,
Sure.
so I mean, wind and it's either really hot because there's no wind, or there's a nice breeze following you. For some reason, there's a nice breeze seems to be following you for a couple hours. Very comfortable.
Okay. But it doesn't seem troubling or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay.
I'll kind of go up beside him to walk by the twins.
Okay.
May Loki talk to you for a second while we all walk?
We kind of shoot him a glance, but say, sure.
So are you guys falling back?
Either leading ahead or falling back.
Which
One
one?
of the two.
Would you have normally been ahead of us?
No, because remember, I'm the one keeping the eye on the animals at this point. So
Right.
So he's in the
I'm
back,
with
so you would
them.
go
So
ahead.
we're the lead then.
Or you. I mean, what do you do? Do you scout or do you
After
hang
after
back?
the last encounter, I was so far back that I'd have to put myself further ahead,
Okay.
or at least try to.
Because the twins in general are either going to be well ahead of the group or well behind. Just because we
It
don't
sounds
trust
like
people.
you would be ahead.
Okay, we'll be ahead.
Because it sounds like he's kind of in the middle and he's behind, and she would be wherever he is.
Okay.
I'll be trying to catch up.
When we had those visitors last night, Loki performed a ritual to see something. One of the individuals had a weird stick that repaired the wagon. And Loki noticed that this individual had other magical items upon them. However, Loki also noticed that the twins have stuff as well.
They kind of furrow their brow. No, we have nothing that can repair carts or.
No, not necessarily repair. Magic.
I mean, we came to you asking about magic. You know we have no magic items. No
Well-
knowledge of magic whatsoever.
Then perhaps you have them without knowing they were magic?
We kind of glance at each other and just. You would know better than us, but.
Is the male Torandorus? Is that the female?
We are Torandorus.
Oh. Loki has noticed that you have 5 items of a magical nature on you.
We look at each other and we are completely confused. We have no idea what this guy is talking about.
I motion to the bow. That is one item. That is magic in nature.
You see a auspicious sheen go up the bow.
Never
Like
done
almost
that.
like the bow's like, finally!
Loki doesn't know what it does, though.
It shoots arrows.
It may do more.
We've had this bow for over 100 years. This was our father's bow.
Perhaps Torandorus' father had a magic bow.
Possible.
And then just to confirm, he has 3 items in his bag and 1 in his pocket.
Oh, it's 3 in his bag?
3 in his bag, 1 in the pocket. That's a total of 5.
Left pocket of the male, or is it in his right pocket?
Like his
Um,
front lapel.
Oh.
Yeah, it'd be something like that.
Loki also noticed in your front pocket you have a small item
Small item.
of a magical nature as well.
And you knew that it was divine.
It's just where we keep our handkerchief.
Loki
Intelligence check.
Flat intelligence?
Yep.
17.
Ah. I used it to wipe the tear off the statue.
And pull it out.
You pull it out. Because you are a shaman, you see a faint divine aura where the wet spot was.
Mm-hmm.
Looks normal to us.
There is divine magic radiating from it. Faintly.
What does it do?
I roll my eyes.
Loki does not know. Loki would have to spend time with each item individually. About 10 minutes to figure out what effects are happening to them.
And will you
Like Loki did with the tier, were they called searches? Searches fire.
And will you swear by Odin you'll tell us everything they do? And give them back to us when you're done?
They are not Loki's to keep, so Loki would not keep them.
That is not answering our question.
Loki would swear to Odin.
When we stop.
Loki also noticed you had 3 items in your bag.
They reach into their bag, their normal bag. And
Is
there's-
it the normal bag where they're in? Not in that bag. I point to the bag
The
that
one on the back of the female.
that bag.
There are only 3 things in there.
Yep. So would that require a roll to
Nope.
figure out? Okay.
No, that's fairly obvious.
I'm gonna try to get her attention and kind of do the behind his back.
Did I see its head?
No, you and I are walking like this,
Uh-huh.
and she's kind of behind us like that.
Oh, okay.
So there'd be no way for you to have seen that.
No, I was referring to the cat's head if it
Yeah.
popped off
Yeah.
the back.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You'd be because it's on her back, so there'd be no way for you to see.
Oh, okay.
No.
Because of the way we're walking as we're doing this.
Sick.
Don't worry about those.
Good boys.
Okay. Loki just wanted to ask you. Loki's always fascinated with magic.
We didn't realize those were magic.
You can tell that the twins are not being deceitful with you. They literally didn't know.
They aren't dangerous, are they?
No. Well,
Okay.
You kind of get the feeling she's hiding or he and or she is hiding something. But
I should have been rolling for who's talking. I didn't think about
you
it.
don't feel in danger.
Loki will let you decide when you wish to talk to Loki about it.
Thank you.
But-
So, during this day, I need an encounter roll from someone who hasn't rolled. It's going to be a D12 this time.
I think it would be
do
you
it.
because
Yeah.
we rolled all of one, you rolled so.
3.
So the day goes uneventful, and as the sun starts to set, all of you can give me a perception check.
No special modifiers.
That's 20. Nice. For 22.
So Hild will see it.
Dirty 21.
17.
Dirty 20.
25.
These two are the only ones that see it.
Wow.
DC was 22.
Oh.
So you two happen to turn around and look behind you. So that would be looking north. Enough! That is enough. You're fine. You're not dying. Calm down. As you look north, you're looking north. In the direction that you have come from, about a half a day's travel, maybe a full day's travel. You're not really sure, the two of you. But you see smoke rising in the distance.
Back the way we came from?
The distance that the caravan went.
I will tug on his hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start pointing that way.
What's wrong, Hild?
I'll start
You
pointing
see
that
it.
I'll look. Oh.
The two of you, well, the twins and you, see him turn around and look. And when you turn around and look, you notice it because you can see the smoke plume going up. And it's a big plume because you're seeing this 20, 30 miles away.
Skull shrug and turn back.
Yeah, you said it's just about
About 30 miles
just
away.
about dusk. You said it's just about dusk.
Yeah. Just about dusk, yeah.
I mean, they should have been close to Finn by this point. I know they weren't going there, but Well, I mean, we can't make it back to them.
There is nothing we can do.
So, you guys keep going?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't see anything we could have done.
So who's making for camp? Okay, give me a roll.
This is survival.
Uh-huh.
We'll help her if she'll let us.
Nope.
I know.
That will be a 19
So 2 experience points
for
camp, for finding camp.
uh,
So you find a decent camp. It's not as nice as the last one, but you find a decent camp. And you guys pull up to it, start unhitching the animals. You start making a fire. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Nat 20 again.
You make the most impressive fire. It's like that's going to be 5 experience points with the nat 20. So while you guys are making camp, George is going to need to be in here for this part. But for the sake of just having you guys do something, you hear one of the female oxens kind of let out a
Approach.
No, we'll go with. We have animal handling.
So you're doing camp stuff, Hild. You're patrolling again, and you two are going to investigate with George's character.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Okay. So because he's not here, I'm going to say George's character will go with you because he's been caring for them.
Mm-hmm.
And when you approach, you instantly know what's going on. You see one of the females is kind of like, like she's in pain, and she's kind of quivering from the pain, and she keeps laying down, and then the pain starts, and then she jumps back up, and then she'll try to lay down and get comfortable.
Can you heal her as you did us?
I do a medicine to figure out what type of, if it is something I can heal. Because what I'm worried is
I'm gonna
that
ask you to. I'm gonna
from
ask.
the inside.
I'm gonna ask you to do an intelligence check.
Seven. Actually, wait. I can guidance. 10? No? Okay.
We will try and calm her down with
Animal
animal handling,
handling?
but guidance. Ooh, nice guidance, but a nat 1.
Oh damn.
So I mean, I'm sure. I don't know if you have nat ones as automatic failures, but it's a 10 overall anyway. But
Yeah, it's a failure.
yep.
You are dying.
You say that to the cow?
No, I was a joke and it's not one. Because he was trying to calm the cow. It's like, you are dying.
So you get the impression that you can't calm her down. So,
What's
George,
wrong?
Yes.
a development has occurred. You guys were stopping for camp.
Go on, Sam.
She starts making camp, makes a really awesome fire, rolled a nat 20 on it.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden you guys start hearing one of the female cows crying out in pain.
All right.
So the twins, you and Loki, approach. She tried to calm it down, or he or she, and rolled a nat 1, so
Okay.
not able to calm her down. He's attempting to talk to her. What would you like to do?
Animal handling.
Trying to calm her down?
Well, I want to diagnose the problem because my familiar.
That is not animal handling.
It's medicine.
That would be medicine.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try and figure out what's wrong with.
Okay, so
your
then,
medicine.
in place of medicine, I'm going to have you do an intelligence check, just like I had Loki do.
That is terrible for me, but okay.
Because it's almost impossible for non-physicians to look at something and know what's going on with them if you can't see symptoms from the outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was a 9 on a straight intelligence roll.
Yeah. You rolled lower than he did, so you guys are still not sure. You can roll an intelligence check for
Sure.
both of them because you're standing there. Hilda's
Nat
gonna...
20 and a nat 1.
Oh, right. So one of them's like, I don't fucking know. And the other one's like, oh, wait a minute.
Yes, we do know. We've seen
It's
this
probably
before.
having the same symptoms. It's probably, the bladder's probably breaking. And if it's Sapphire's in there again, it's probably cutting her. She's probably bleeding internally. In other words, she's going to die soon. Because you guys don't have the magic to stop that. Or the surgical prowess.
I don't know if this is anything, but I'll throw it out there just in case. We are proficient in herbalism kit. Is there anything we
You
would
could make
know?
a salve, but you're not going to, like, internal medicine is a whole nother ball game.
Okay, but nothing we can even do to like relieve her pain or anything like that.
Oh, yeah, you could give her, like, milk of the poppy and, like, completely remove the pain.
Okay.
And she'll just slowly die.
Okay.
You
Would
know,
you say that's something we would have, or something we would have to go forage for real quick, or what would that be?
Bill does have
Because
herbalism,
you are elves, I will say you have 4 uses of milk of the poppy.
Okay.
And one will be needed to
Yep.
sedate her, basically.
Are you going to mention the rest?
Yes. Yeah. I'll
Okay.
say we can. There's nothing we can do for her, but we can take the pain.
I can. I'll take my axe. I'll take my axe to the 2-handed grip. I mean, unless someone moves to stop me, I'm just gonna chop her head off.
We'll hold up our hands and just look to the other oxen.
Can you make an intelligence check, George?
Sure. Straight intelligence.
Yep.
20.
No matter if you're trying to do a good thing or not, those other oxen are not going to understand what you're doing. They're not going to trust you anymore if they see you chop the head off one of the females.
Okay, I will go like this, let it drop down so the head's right above my grip, and put it back on my belt.
Like, I mean, we all understand what you were trying to do, putting it out of misery, take out Old Yeller out back and shoot him. Like, we get it. But those oxen, especially the male, would never have trusted you again.
Okay, remember I'm not familiar with.
Yep, that's why I had you roll intelligence.
With
You're good.
livestock group dynamics.
Because-
I include humans in this.
Because of that quick learning experience you just had, I'm going to give you 5 EXP with Handle Animal.
Yay!
And because you thought of the medical problem, I'm going to give you 2 EXP in medicine.
Thank you.
So the suggestion on the table for the 3 of you, including the twins, is to give her milk of the poppy and kind of let her pass on her own.
Is there any Norse gods that a cow is kind of a revered animal?
Yeah. You give me a religion check.
So 5 points, right?
Correct.
So we do give her that, by the way.
21.
So you're going to give it to her?
Yeah.
I'm looking at my notes, sorry.
I honestly can't think of which one.
So cows have an ancient history with Norse mythology.
When you got the cosmic cow.
That's Amdula. So Amdula basically, from his udders, provided the sustenance to the first god. So a lot of the gods hold cows in a sacred reverence because all cows are descendants from that cow.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a symbolism there, but there is no other than Amdula. There's no sacred cow rites or deities that work with directly cows.
Okay.
So you see her. I'm assuming the female's doing it.
Yes.
You see the female give her some pieces of apple with some white liquid on it, and cow eats it up. About 2 minutes goes by, and the cow stops making pain noises.
Can we try another animal handling now that she's not in pain to calm her? Or is
Oh,
that still just past?
She's already calm.
Okay.
I mean, she's high as a kite right now.
Do we get the sense that, I don't know, feel free to say we can't sense this in an oxen, but do we get the sense that she knows, like, her time's coming?
So out of game, there's been studies done where they've watched the behaviors of animals when those times come, and it has been proven that they do know when they're about to die. And she does have that look in her face where she's like, yeah, okay, I'm going.
Just so you know, that's where I'm going. When I get there.
Oh.
And so we just want to sort of be with her and comforting her, since she senses that.
Okay. So you kind of sit down with her and kind of pet her a little bit, and she'll nuzzle up to you, and I'm assuming the two of you are trying to love on her a little bit too.
I'll pet her.
Make a vegetable stew again.
We're gonna eat good tonight.
Oh, God. We kind of glare at you a little bit.
She will kind of lift her head up, and she'll actually lick your face of the male.
You let her.
And you'll notice she'll lay her head down, and she'll close her eyes, and she'll take a deep breath. And
Before you finish, I'm sorry. I know this is a big moment, but are the other two oxen looking this way? Are they seeing any of this?
they're nearby, but they're just kind of grazing.
Okay.
The male is watching intently because you're next to one of his females.
Mm-hmm. Would we want to beckon him over? Say goodbye? Will that upset him more?
And then just kind of walks off and starts grazing.
Sure.
Either he knows and doesn't want to come over, or he doesn't notice.
Yep.
You're not sure which. But with the last breath, you see the cow pass. So out of the four of you, including the twins that are there, who's in front of her looking towards her, like looking at her face?
I'm not. I'm just waiting. For me, this is just...
If the male just got licked, I suspect he would probably be the one.
Okay, perception check.
19.
Where are you positioned?
Probably roughly close, kind of like I was probably rubbing her side, kind of, you know?
Okay, so you wouldn't have seen her eyes. Or do you want to stay with a 19?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't notice anything.
That's fine.
So what do you guys do next? She's dead.
Alright, I will head over and check for breathing and heartbeat, because those two were loving on her, I would have stepped back, because that's a moment of vulnerability when a predator could have swooped in. I mean, I understand the tragedy of death in an abstract sense, but for me, arguing with death is like arguing with gravity. You just don't do it. It's where we all go in the end. So when I believe she's dead, I'll walk over and check her.
She's gone.
Okay. I'll look at the others and just shrug and point down the road. Go.
It's nighttime.
Oh.
You made camp.
Okay, then yeah, I'll head back towards camp unless they stop me.
I'll ask you. We'll ask you to take the other two a distance away, if you would.
The other two in the male.
In the male, yeah.
I will.
Oh, there are two oxen and the male.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because there's a bull.
Oh, this guy. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I will
Understood.
walk out. I will walk out to try and find a green patch, especially thistles. In my experience, cows like thistles. So, especially a thistle patch, then I'll whistle to bring them to me.
Animal handling?
Okie dokie. Do I get my proficiency
Yes.
die? Okay. Yeah, that's 21, 26.
Enough.
Yeah, it's 26 on animal handling.
Yes, 3 experience points.
Yay.
And they all 3 of them come down there, so they're out of eyesight now.
All right.
Would that be animal training or just straight up animal handling?
Animal training.
Okay.
We will encourage you two to get back because we know what was in the other one and we're kind of afraid it's in this one. And then we will very carefully cut open the stitches.
Okay. So inside of the once you cut it open, you see the intestines and innards pop out. You do see that there is a bladder, a second one, identical to the other one. And you do see that there is something sewn into the top part of the chest cavity, but it looks like it's a different size
Okay.
from the other thing.
And while he is trying to get everything, I'll do a detect magic ritually, so.
Trying to find which one of these books I put it in.
Hey, Hill, don't look over here.
What?
Right into the fire she goes.
For real?
No. I don't. We wouldn't yell that.
She also
We wouldn't
probably
yell
wouldn't
anything
see
if
the
we did
blood.
What's that?
She probably wouldn't see the blood even.
Okay.
I'm
Too busy making vegetable stew again.
Who's checking the bladder?
I mean, we're the ones cutting them open, so
So you would be?
yeah.
Okay. So you can give me a sleight of hand to cut into the bladder without damaging what's inside.
That's a success.
Okay.
Yep.
So with that success, you can give me a percentile roll.
Percentile.
The first cow that died was plot. This one's random.
Sure. 27.
Roll another one.
37.
So there are 37 emerald anklets in there.
Wow.
Anklets?
Anklets.
Dang.
You can give me an appraisal if you'd like.
And what is that again?
That is under intelligence, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be under other intelligence checks.
Other intelligence just. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, nature geology would work to tell you how valuable the gems are.
Okay. I mean, that's better. Well. Oh wait, nature is also intelligence. This is the same role for me then.
I guess it just depends on what you want to put
What I'm
EXP
putting it into. I feel like as rogues, appraisal is probably a little bit better.
Okay, so you're going
Or
to go
more.
appraisal and then give me a roll.
Okay. And that just adds the intelligence modifier. Would you say I'm proficient in that?
As a rogue, I would say you know a little bit about fencing, so
Okay.
we'll say you're proficient.
Sounds good. I'm also going to guidance myself, just for the record. Okay, so 14, 15, 17.
They're about 30 gold pieces each
Okay.
in value.
We're hitting the money load.
Then did I get any EXP for that?
2.
I didn't do that.
I think Hunter's caught on to how I do it.
It depends on some of the stuff.
Okay, and sleight of hand for the next one.
17.
Okay, you remove it. Oh, you said you cast detect magic?
Yes.
All of the anklets have magic on them.
All similar magic?
The anklets have the exact same magic on them, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I'm just trying to remember what all this magic items.
Yeah.
That's the only magic item I gave you.
But there's a lot of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they looks like they might have made them in bulk. And
I'm
then,
wondering what they are.
do you want to roll a percentile for the next one?
Sure.
They're aphids, not shackles.
22.
22. That item would not be in a small pouch, so we can roll again.
23.
Oh. Remember I told you it would have to be the luck of the dice? Read 23. What's it say?
Magic item.
Can I have the DMG, please?
I have this on the shelf behind you, Rob.
Okay.
Sorry, I remember where it was.
Josh. Roll a d12.
You want to remind?
You got all these D10s out here.
Well, that doesn't help me at all.
I have a white wolf can. I see.
3.
3.
What?
Josh has never played that before. I get it, but Josh would never get it.
Okay. Alright. Who wants to roll a percentile for the magic item?
I'll do it.
Okay.
It's a dice pool system. 10.
Reroll.
Oh.
The number has to be above 29.
97. That's about 29, I think.
It very much is.
Percentile.
Another one?
I had to identify what chart you were going to roll on first.
Okay.
Because on the magic item charts in the in DMG, the first part is like 1 through like 25 is like art objects and gold, and it doesn't start to give you magic items until like 32 or whatever, and then it'll tell you roll X amount of times on X chart.
Okay.
So you guys got G.
All right. 37, whatever that is.
37. Stacy, would you like to read what number 37 is right here?
Good boy.
Darren's Instant Fortress.
Ah! We have a mobile fortress. That's why
We have a chess piece.
that turns into a mobile fortress.
Again.
So, you guys have an incredibly rare magic item.
I wonder who's keeping hold on that.
Not me.
Well, it's in his hands right now.
True.
But we have no way of knowing what it is.
I know it's magical.
Only you do.
Only you.
If I may make a
All the
suggestion,
power is in my hands.
When you figure out what it is, probably her.
Why?
So I can set it up for you guys.
Okay, true.
She's the camp lady.
Yeah, but the issue is you can't speak the command word.
Oh, that's very true.
Got him!
As much as the point, why do we need an instant fortress if we have tens?
Instant fortresses are better.
Why do we need 10?
Nothing can get in.
You don't need to have anyone on watch.
It's a big tent.
It also draws more attention.
It does.
And prevent
But,
hacks from getting
but
in.
it's immune to like all damage unless it's like
Hacks?
adamantine.
Like Grammy?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and then you have the horn.
Okay. We'll remove it the same way we did the last one.
Okay. Once you pop it open, you notice that it is the same liquid.
Okay. But there wasn't the pouch of explosives in this one.
Nope.
Okay. Interesting. And the oil is not proccing his detect magic.
Nope.
Interesting.
There is something else in the body that's proccing your magic, though.
Ooh. Where is it?
You're like, it's like right around in there, but you don't see anything. So you'd have to use perception to find it and then sleight of hand to get it.
I would guidance you.
Are you pointing it out to us?
Yes.
Okay.
Like right in there somewhere.
Okay.
Tap.
So perception, you said,
Yep.
and with guidance. Oof. Let's see. That's 17.
I am also helping you, so
Enough.
because you would have advantage.
Is that? Is
I'm
that?
sorry?
He said he's helping me. Is that advantage or not?
Are you trained in it?
Perception?
Yeah.
No, but I do have a +4 in perception.
You have to be trained in it to give the help action.
Oh.
So straight up roll.
So it's 17.
Okay. So with a 17, you notice that behind the liver, they've placed something skinny between the liver and I think it's the bottom of the stomach that it touches right in there.
Okay.
So you're going to have to use sleight of hand to get it without damaging it.
Yep. We will try and do that.
Guidance again.
Ooh, 19 on the die. Plus sleight of hand is 23, plus a 4 on the guidance die is 27.
You just kind of... It is a piece of paper and a piece of sealed membrane, basically, to keep it from being damaged.
Okay. We will clean it off and...
Cut it open?
I guess, yeah.
So when you pull it out, your detect magic instantly pings. You feel dangerous evocation magic on it.
Don't open it.
Once you pull it out, you notice that there is a wax seal. It's like an envelope. There's a wax seal on it. And you can see that there's a magic symbol on the envelope.
Can I see?
Do I recognize the seal?
No, only he can. Through detect magic. He can see the magical seal.
Okay.
I prepared explosive runes.
Pretty much.
So, we need a way to disable the rune.
We have nothing to do that.
The issue is I don't know what the... Oh, I could do that. Yeah. I'm going to identify the letter. Specifically the runes, to figure out what the triggers are.
Opening without the command word.
So it's only opening without the command word. So if I destroy the rune, it won't go off then. That's what I was trying to figure out, if destroying the rune would set off the...
Oh, I so wish school.
So I will, I'll just, pretty much take a piece of ink to make a line through the rune
It fizzles out.
to face it.
The rune does or the line?
Enough. The rune.
Huh.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
Yep, that's... I need to figure out if it was set off. Yeah.
And the letter no longer is exuding magic.
Okay. I'll break the seal, open it, and I'll make it so he can read it too.
So you notice when you pop it open, you notice that the envelope is the letter. So you have to just fold it out.
Oh, okay.
Old school.
Yeah, when you start reading it, it doesn't make any sense to you. It sounds like gibberish.
What is this gibberish? Do you understand?
You know it.
You're right, it is gibberish.
It says, please ensure that Searcher's Fire is given to the individual that purchased it upon arrival. Please note that if these aren't delivered on time, the cows are programmed to explode.
But it doesn't say who they were purchased.
Nope. Whoever is supposed to be opening them up and reading it is supposed to know, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And then it continues on and it says, the sapphire should be given to the local magistrate to buy him off. We have to have him in our pocket, otherwise the plan does not work.
2 guilds going at it.
Sam can stay up here, but Dozer needs to go back downstairs for a while.
Sure.
He's not behaving.
Let me see if
And there's been no identifying marks on either letter as to who wrote this, where it's supposed to go, or anything like that.
There is a symbol on this letter that stands out to you.
Okay.
It is a raven claw like this.
Okay.
Just a raven claw.
I'm guessing that's something else that I can see.
You can see the Ravenclaw at the bottom.
Yeah. Does this mean anything to you? Loki does not understand this.
Who's butchering the cow at this point? Because the meat's spoiling while it's sitting here.
Oh, wait.
Wait. Yeah, you can't butcher. I'll butcher.
Okay, give me a survival check for that.
Got this myself to butcher. 18?
You get about 100 pounds of beef, basically. Now here's the question. There is residue blood on the meat, but it's not like bleeding or a puddle.
I think she'd be okay with that.
So if they say, okay, look, we butchered one of the cows, here's the meat so you can cook some steaks tonight, you're not gonna like have a stroke?
I think she'd have to make at least a con save to prevent herself from throwing up.
Sure. Go ahead. We'll say DC 15. Because you've probably cooked with meat before.
That's a 3.
So she throws up. At least she didn't faint.
She's dragging.
It's just stomach acid. She hasn't eaten in 2 days.
No, you ate.
Yeah,
You ate earlier this morning.
So I threw up. No,
Probably.
She didn't eat this morning. She pushed food to make sure everyone else ate.
And then
You never pushed into it.
You never followed up.
Oh.
So.
I caught on to that. I didn't say
I'm
anything.
surprised the collar didn't go off because it was a command.
Oh, yeah, the collar would have shocked you until you ate. It would still be shocking you.
I mean,
I didn't realize it was.
technically he
command.
withdrew the.
Because I didn't know. I told him to eat.
I heard him when he said it. He said after they're done eating, you need to eat.
Well, then she would have forced herself to eat then.
Okay.
There we go.
Well, I mean, how specific is the command? If she eats like one bite, it's just that.
She probably would have ate one bite, but at least it's not nothing in her stomach.
Alright.
She'll throw up to the side, but then she'll.
Rinse the meat off. Okay. So,
So beef, vegetables.
Can we see that letter?
Oh,
There's something strange about this. We need to work on this. And we're going to go into our tent and pretend to be deciphering a code that we're just discovering.
okay. So while he's gone, or they are gone, the twins, you hear another one of the cows.
Torandaris.
This is coming from the pasture.
I think there's an issue. Loki thinks there's an issue out in the pasture with the cows.
So you, George, one of the other cows is crying in pain.
Defective cows.
Very much.
Are you still with her when she's prepping the food?
Pretty much. Like, his tent's pretty close, so.
She'll kind of look at you, kind of give you an impression of what's going on. Look.
Cows are dying. More meat.
So you came and got us?
Yep, I came and got you.
You put the meat in the stew.
You come and get
Now
me
it's
as well.
beef.
then.
You were
with
with
the
the
cows.
cows, so you're probably the first to notice.
Yeah.
So you guys come over. This time the male bull is noticing, and he takes the other female away from this one.
Oh, smart.
So they leave.
Losing his
Well,
hair.
like not like super far, but far enough to where they're not in sight. And
Yeah.
you see she just and just starts coughing up blood. There's blood coming from her nostrils, her eyes.
Yeah, that's definitely for me. That's definitely a mercy kill situation.
You would be there long before we would.
None of
so.
the other ones are there, so
Okay,
So-
yeah, especially if the male took the main cow away. I'm just gonna hunter's mark.
roll to hit.
Get the lowest possible grip on my axe for maximum power. 18 on the die plus 6 is 24.
Yep, coup de grace. You
Okay.
take her head, and she plummets to the ground. As you guys come over the hill, you see.
Oh! Grisly sight.
He'll just look at you like you grew an extra head.
Good chance it will happen to the other one too. Let's get to work. Cut this one open.
So you start cutting that one open. Give me a sleight of hand.
This one I'm just gonna, not ritually, just detect
cast
magic.
16. Sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm.
20. Dirty 20.
Okay, you cut her open. You notice that this one has 2 extra bladders.
Yeah, we're getting greedy.
And it also has, you see the seam from the left horn. Like there's a small seam that you wouldn't know if you didn't know what you looked for. Is on the other horn as well.
Super cow.
Whoever did this, why would they do this to these poor creatures?
Birth defects. Why is that
Oh
funny?
my god.
We'll explain later. We'll take out the bladders as carefully as possible.
Okay. Sleight of hand for the first one.
Got you.
Yep. Frick.
Enough. Enough.
God, I'm burning through inspiration here.
Oh, I thought you have another one. Where'd that go from?
12.
Okay, 12's enough.
Okay.
So you get the bladder out without puncturing it. Now you need to give me a roll cutting open the bladder.
And same thing, that's also sleight of hand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, much better. 21.
Okay, so a total of 70 XP for sleight of hand. You can put it into any of the sleight of hand categories.
Okay.
Pickpocketing.
I guess that would work.
There you go.
I'll just do general sleight of hand.
So
and I apologize. You said 7?
7 points. Yep.
Okay.
Stacy, you can give me a percentile roll. Let's see what's inside this.
What's inside cow number 3?
My last roll was a 67.
92.
Damn. Okay. Enough. So once you cut it open, you're kind of surprised at first, so you're gonna have to get, both of the twins are gonna have to give me a dexterity save
Okay.
to catch them so they don't break.
15 and 16 on the die plus
That's
6.
That's enough. 4 healing potions fall out. A very rare thing.
4 regular healing potions.
Mm-hmm. Still rare.
Do we know what they are, or does that have to be identified?
No, you know what they are.
I've specifically seen them in Finn at the herbalist shop.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Very valuable.
Are you around?
He's patrolling, I
Yeah,
think.
probably more in between or.
Yeah, he's having stew that she made.
Did you stick around?
Yeah, stick around.
All right. Healing potion. Don't drink now. Drink when hurt.
Oh, take one.
I'll give you one. You one.
I
I'll
don't
give.
need one. Give one to Hild.
Okay.
So you keep 2 and you're giving 1 to Hild?
Because you're not right there. You said.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll keep one until we see him.
Okay.
We're
All right.
splitting it evenly, but.
Okay, sleight of hand for the next bladder to get it out.
Okay.
That is enough. You are so needy. I know you love all the people, but we don't want you to knock over the cameras. You're like a wrecking ball.
22.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So you pop it out, perfectly intact. Give me a roll to cut it open so you don't damage what's inside. I mean, God forbid it's paper.
Nothing magical.
Or explosive.
I won't know until I roll.
Okay.
23.
23. Okay, so yeah, you get it open. George, let's have you roll a percentile.
Again? Okay. 96.
Oh. Wow.
What is
Where'd
that?
they get those from?
I don't know.
What is it?
I can reroll.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it yet. But roll a d20. Figure out how many there are.
Right. 4.
I'll let you re-roll.
Oh, okay.
One time.
5.
Okay. It's meant to be a low number then.
No.
I need an Arcana roll from you. Because you are the only one that would know what this is. Actually, no, you're a Beastmaster. I'll have you roll a Knowledge Nature roll.
Nature.
I succeeded.
Okay.
We are also Beastmasters. Can we?
I'll have you roll a Nature as well.
Okay.
The DC will be higher for the two of you.
Naturally.
8.
No.
I rolled a 2, so no.
That
I
is
don't
enough.
know if I would have gotten on a 15, but I
No,
wanted
you
to
wouldn't have.
succeeded. I wanted to succeed anyway.
Stacy, do me a favor, roll me a d12.
A D20. 10.
Enough.
10.
10. Ooh.
What color is it?
There are 5 large scale looking things about this big, and there are a gold color. They look like gold coins, but they're shaped weird, like a scale almost.
Mm-hmm.
You know that it's gold dragon scales. There's 5 of them.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
We'll keep 2, one for each twin. Give one to you, and one to him when we see him.
I mean, for
So you each have a dragon scale, a gold dragon scale.
okay, for Skull, this basically he's not interested unless there's a compelling answer to the question, how is this my problem? So
So you give it back to the twins?
no, he'll just put it in his pocket because he knows that gold can often be traded for useful things.
Yeah.
So he'll assume it's got some value. If it was like copper or bronze, then no, he wouldn't. He'd have just left it there.
And then in the top cavity, there's another one of those pouches.
Okay.
So
Sleight of hand.
to remove.
15, 17.
Okay, you remove it. Sleight of hand to cut. They are radiating magic, by the way.
15.
15. Yep, you cut it open without a problem. Josh, give me a percentile roll.
100.
You don't want a 100 on this chart.
Wow.
What?
That is a 69.
Confirmed.
Wow.
I thought it was a 99 at first.
Yep, no, that's a 6.
I told you the only time magic items are going to appear is if you roll for them.
Is this one a legacy?
It's possible. Roll a percentile.
69 or 100?
46.
It is not a legacy. Percentile.
One.
Okay, so that's table C. Percentile again.
26.
That is not a useful item. Because you rolled a 69, I'm not going to give this to you. A +1 + 2 ammunition is not worth a 69 to me. So,
No, you're right.
I put an 87.
that would be useful to your caster friend. You find a scroll of protection. It's inside of a scroll
Write it
case.
on the thing.
Sure. After what happened with the letter, we don't even try and open it. We just hand it to him to see if it's trapped or anything.
So, over the hill,
She looks up after she's like in the meat.
Well,
The bull. You see the bull just walk to camp.
He's fucking done.
He's done. He just goes to camp and lays. You see the bull walk into camp and lay down by the fire. He's just like.
Is
He's like,
I'm gonna
all my
walk to
bitches
the
are
bowl.
dead.
Oh, that's good. Go for it.
Take out the special vegetables and give it to him.
Oh, he will eat it. And he now has. Yeah, that's going to be interesting tonight.
She'll pet him on the head and go back to cooking up his women.
So now that Skull, do you mind cutting this one?
That's
up?
messed up.
Do the full rations while we check out the other one.
I mean, my displacer beast is basically in a cradle of her mother's fur, so.
You guys are some demented ass people.
Sick individual.
I'm not demented. I'm extremely rational.
Call me the savage.
So,
I'm gonna cook.
So, Rob and I are gonna go for the other bull. I asked him.
he's going to butcher this one.
He's gonna butcher this one, deliver the meat.
Give me a survival check, please, for the
Okay.
butchering.
Oh,
Just straight
there
survival?
you go.
Guidance.
Guidance?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Give you a little pat as we're heading out or heading up.
18 on the dice plus 7 is 25.
You get about 120 pounds of meat.
Okay.
Big steaks. Ribs and all kinds of stuff.
Hey,
Well, I know what you
looks
can
like
do.
meat's back on the menu, boys.
Was it off?
It's a movie reference.
I know it's a movie reference.
So, you two get back over there. She's already dead. Her stomach actually fell open. And you notice there are 4 bladders in this one. And you can sense magic on the bladders of all 4 of them
On the bladders?
to protect them.
We talking explosive runes or just kind of
You're not-
extra?
You're not sure. Something to keep them from being pierced, maybe?
I'll spend time to identify each of the bladders.
Okay. So you figure out the words required to remove the protections so that you can cut them open.
Okay.
So sleight of hand on the first one.
Oof. I mean, it's a 10.
The total's a 10?
Yeah. So this is to get the bag without cutting the bladder without cutting the bladder open.
Correct.
I'll stick with the 10. It's 10.
Okay. You get the bag out. Once you pull the bag out, and he has removed the warding, you can give me a sleight of hand to cut it open.
Nat 20.
The moment he cuts it open, you can feel magic. You're not exactly sure what it is, but you can feel it. And I'll take George, percentile.
56.
I'm assuming you're going to identify all these items.
I will take time to identify
There
them.
is a cornucopia of plenty in one of them.
Ooh, unlimited food, people.
How do you spell that?
Corn, cope,
And then a bunch of vowels.
Ia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to Greek derivatives. The soul of vowels.
Roll to cut open the second one.
13, 15.
15.
Yep.
That's a command word.
George, percentile. Enough, Sam.
More 007.
Ding, 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 ding.
I guess you got a young actor this time.
There is a lantern, a bullseye lantern.
Oh. I think I know what that is.
It's a bullseye lantern, he just said.
Yeah, exactly.
I literally just had
I wonder what it can reveal.
bowls per pound.
Bull.
We can find that bullseye.
When you identify it, you know that using the bullseye lantern casts darkness.
Oh, it's not what I thought. Okay.
Shades of last campaign.
The third bladder.
Except I can't see through it this time. 15.
15. Okay, you cut it open. Hunter, percentile.
Finally, I get to roll a percentile.
What?
75.
And you screwed it up.
Yeah, good job.
Roll a d12.
12.
There is 12 incense in this one. They're the long, fat sticks. They are used for sacred rites you're aware of to commune.
Ooh, I hope the next one has peppermints.
What was this item again?
12 sticks of it.
12 sticks of incense.
Yeah.
Magical, non-magical?
Commune.
Oh, commune. Okay. So if you just want to put that in there, Josh, that
I'll get an intelligence check from everyone at the table. Now that you guys are about halfway through with this cow.
Intelligence?
Yeah.
14.
Dirty 20.
22.
Oh, me? I'm
Everyone. Yeah.
7.
No. What'd you get, Stace?
Straight.
Yeah.
18.
Okay. So only you two got above a 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got exactly a 20.
Okay, so only you two think of this, but at the same time, did these people rob a magic shop?
What's a magic shop?
Like a museum?
Yeah.
Like
Well, yeah, we're definitely...
a king's personal collection. Like where did they get all this
Yeah,
stuff?
we're definitely highly suspicious. The twins are. Because this is not normal.
Abby says, that's perfect way to describe the magic I feel cutting and eating fresh barbecue ribs.
Nice.
No sauce, unfortunately.
So, that is enough. Trouble. Okay, so roll to open the fourth one.
Okay. 22.
Okay, you cut it open. Josh, percentile.
Hey, do you want to
69.
59?
59?
59.
There is a pair of leather gauntlets, like
Well, like bracers.
bracers.
Ooh.
Feel magic.
I wonder if they give a +2 to one's defense. Or I might be completely wrong.
And there is nothing in the horns this time.
Interesting. Is there a compartment?
Yes.
Interesting.
It appears as though this one had a crack in it and it leaked
Oh.
over time.
Sure.
No one noticed it.
Huh.
Remember, I kept asking where you guys are examining.
Yep.
Like, I was waiting for someone to say you're checking around the head.
Sure.
Anything else around on this thing? With magic? No, nothing? Okay, cool. Well,
For all of your sleight of hand, I'm going to give you 20 EXP.
Thank you.
For all of your magical identifying, I'm going to give you +5 to your Arcana.
wish I could get a +20.
You cast one spell for identify and you...
Multiple times!
Okay, well...
5 times.
So I'm going to get for cooking 200 plus pounds.
You're gonna cook all that?
Yes.
Well, he's going to have to smoke it, or she's going to have to
Smoke
smoke
it,
it
salt
otherwise.
it.
Should we, out of game, should we offer some of this in sacrifice?
Yes.
We definitely don't need all this meat.
Definitely.
So I'll let you guys come to terms on how you guys want to do it, but yes, I'm going to give you +10 for cooking. George,
Yes.
for playing your character and doing a mercy killing, I'm going to give you 5 EXP to put wherever you want.
For the skill chart,
Yep, and for being on watch and not participating, I'm going to give you 5 EXP to put wherever you want.
Okay. So,
For unveiling plot-related items and helping the cows along the best way you can and thinking to make a sacrifice, I'm going to give 75 EXP to each of you.
This is
actual character
character.
EXP. Yep.
75.
75.
So that should bring us to 825. Did I math right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's consistent with my calculation.
Thank you.
What's level 3?
900.
We're 75 away. One fight and we could probably get it.
Twins, hold still.
Oh God.
God damn it. So, I'm going to say the encounter roll is going to be a little higher for beasts because of all the smell of cooking and all the blood.
Sure.
So I'm going to have you guys roll one encounter roll real quick. It's going to be a D4.
A D2.
I'll roll
50-50
it.
chance.
Go for it.
4.
Okay. Nothing happens today.
Dang.
Alright. I will...
Enough!
While I'm on watch, I'm going to take a second to scratch the rune of Uller into a rock,
Okay.
and I'm gonna give a prayer. Hati, brother, I'll find you soon. Uller, God, help him find me.
Percentile roll.
Okay.
Are you doing this away from everybody? Or
I'm not super far away. Like I'm not self-conscious about being observed, but at the same time, I don't want to do it around other people. So
Sure.
if people are paying attention, they'll probably be able to see me do it. But otherwise,
can I roll a perception then to see if
Sure.
it's doing?
21.
9 for perception.
Okay. So you go through your ritual and nothing happens at this moment.
Okay. Okay.
So as you guys kind of come back to camp, you see the bull is sitting there. The bull kind of looks at you guys and goes, "What's up?"
Wait, does it just talk?
Yep.
Hello.
Oh, how's it going, Mr. Bull?
Oh, fantastic. I'm lost.
I'm
all
just thinking that I'm talking to him in beast speech.
lost all my ladies in one fell swoop, and now I'm laying here next to this fire, waiting for her to butcher me too.
Do I hear that?
Yes, everyone does.
Do you know what happened to them?
No idea.
Wait.
They just started dying.
Do you know
Yeah.
where they were
You
before?
can understand him.
He's speaking common.
I say nothing.
Angry.
They were always part of my herd.
They had things stitched into them. Somebody had cut them open before.
Somebody killed them?
No, somebody had cut them open and stitched
It
them
was
back
that
together.
one, wasn't it?
No.
With the axe.
Cows
Does he
died.
point at just a hoof?
Yeah.
Cows died. Delivery ruined.
I'm still alive.
Small delivery.
So, how...
Stop.
I suppose the first question would be how long you've been able to talk.
George, take him downstairs and put him in his kennel, please.
Both of them?
Just him.
Yes, sir.
Like I asked you an hour ago.
Come on, does he cruise?
Have you been able to talk this whole time?
I can't talk. You must be using that beast magic.
Well then. That's
He
interesting.
said I can talk. I can't talk. You did the hoogity hoogity.
Yeah. How do you understand him?
You
The
can
twins
hear it
just
too.
look at each other.
Are you all able to talk to animals now?
Not
Wonderful.
usually. We'll be right back. And we're gonna head out so that nobody can see us.
Uh-huh.
And we're gonna pull her out.
Uh-huh.
Can you talk? Okay.
Kind of tilts her head.
Could you understand the ox?
Meow.
Did it feel like he was speaking common?
Meow.
Okay. Don't worry, we'll hunt soon.
Meow.
And then we'll go back. Well, You're the one in touch with the gods. What's going on?
Loki has no idea.
I'm gonna roll.
I just go over to the big ox. I just kind of go like this. The gods have blessed you for some reason.
She's not gonna say a fucking word.
What are gods?
Like Odin. And
Who is Odin? He says loudly.
Odin is the Allfather, the greatest of the gods.
Never heard of him. He'll stand up and walk over to you, and he kind of looks at you while you're cooking one of his women, and he goes, "Which one is that?"
That was the first one that fell tonight.
That's unfortunate.
And the second one.
She was pregnant. He'll walk off.
We are sorry.
He'll kind of sit with it on his haunch and kind of look away.
Well, what do you think?
Not much grass around here. Everything's burnt.
Theories.
What does Loki
what's
think
happened?
of what?
Of why I'm able to understand. I assume
Loki
you are
has
too,
no
right, Neil?
idea how
A little
you
bit.
all understand him.
Hilda, can you understand? Good.
Actually, I want to do this on her.
Sure.
No, she's gonna fuck with him. She'll shake her head no.
Okay.
Deception roll, insight. You can roll an insight too.
Nah.
Modified 20.
Beats, I
Meets
guess.
beats, yeah. She's totally lying.
We'll wink at you.
So night falls. You guys start eating?
Yeah, I'll eat. I'll have double rations.
Cannibal.
What?
Is that what the bowl
The
says?
bowl says.
I don't know religious rituals very well. Would we do our sacrifice first?
Yeah, probably.
I assumed we already did that.
Oh, okay.
So you guys giving half the meat?
Works for me. We don't
So
need
100
anywhere
pounds.
near
Mark
what we
100
had.
pounds of the meat off.
Oh, we had more than that. We had
We had
100 from the first one, 120 from the second one, and I don't think you gave us numbers for the other two.
You could just sacrifice.
Who,
last
who
one.
butchered the third one? You did? Was it you again?
Probably would've
Give me a survival roll.
Okay, just straight survival.
Yep.
I was just butchering the or just sacrificing the last one.
17.
The whole last one?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So you get about 75 pounds from the third one, and then the last one you're just gonna burn the whole thing. Okay.
So, you want to do your prayer?
Odin! We give this gift up to you. Please, grant us protections from what may come in the future. Loki and Loki's allies appear to be embroiled in some dark goings on. Grant us insight so we may serve you and live. There you go.
Okay. Give me a percentile roll.
How is that?
We have
Wasn't
nothing
for
to
all, so
compare
it
it to.
doesn't matter.
She thinks that was pretty tacky.
19.
Okay. That was a percentile?
Yes.
Alright. So
Odin is much better than Uller. Uller.
Let's not get into this conversation.
She went there.
shots fired. So who's on first watch?
I'm gonna stay up all night cooking.
Let me put it this way. I'm going to take the first watch just by default unless someone tells me otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to recommend that you three break up the night into thirds, basically.
Okay.
And we'll break up the night into halves so that there'll always be a twin on and there'll always be one of you three.
Okay. So which twin is on the first watch?
The female.
Okay. George. Give me a percentile roll and an encounter roll. Encounter will be a d6.
Alright, percentile. Whoops. Fat fingers. 96. And the encounter's a d6. 4.
Perception from both of you. And you because you're cooking.
Perception?
Mm-hmm.
19.
15 on perception.
What'd you say?
19.
17.
15.
You're the only one that hears it. In the distance, you hear a wolf howl.
Man, I want to metagame so bad, but she'd have no reason to report that.
If you got no reason to report it, don't report it.
Yeah. Yeah, she's not going to say
Case for us
anything.
or off.
Because he doesn't know he's looking for a wolf. So.
Okay. Hunter, percentile roll, please.
Oh, am I the second watch?
No, this is something else.
Oh, okay. 94.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that would depend if he told you his backstory.
You're sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
You find yourself, all of a sudden you wake up and you're on a skiff. You know what a skiff is, right?
Yeah.
One of the boats that you put off the side of the bigger boats.
Yep.
Like a fishing skiff.
Is this a giant-sized skiff, or is
Yeah,
it a
you can
man
fit in
size?
it comfortably. Like you were laying down in it.
Okay.
And you sit up and you see an old man sitting on the other end with a fishing pole, with the pole in the water. And you see that there is a raven on his left shoulder. And another one is sitting on the
Right.
on the prow of the boat right to your left. And he's got you can see his side. You notice he has a gray
Long gray
beard.
beard. Can I see the left side of his face?
You can.
Do I see an empty socket?
You see an eye patch.
Okay. I will, I'll look. Do I see another fishing pole?
You do a double tick and you're like, wait a minute, that wasn't there before. And then now there's a fishing pole.
I will, I'll just kind of sit by him and I'll cast out.
As you cast out, the bobber and the bait hits the water and it makes a ripple outward. And you see Hild walk over to the bowl and hand it a piece of vegetable. And it eats it. And then it goes, oh, now I can talk.
Wait.
That's why.
Wait. I was on a boat and then I see Hild come out of nowhere, like walking on this water, and then the boat.
No. The image in the ripples of the water.
Oh!
Like
okay.
like you're seeing what happened.
I was going like, wow, I'm having a really LSD dream and trip going on. Okay, in the ripples is where I see it. Okay, all right.
And then you see him get a bite, and he goes like that, and he'll pull in the line, and he'll pick the fish up, and he'll hand you the fish.
Oh, thank you. Quite kind of you.
He'll stand up, and you'll see him step out onto the water, and he'll just walk across the water, just a couple steps away, and he'll look down at the vision that you saw, and he'll say, a demigod gave your companion a gift of great power, and she's been giving it away selflessly. You have in your possession a treasure. Treat her kindly. She thinks of nothing of herself.
Loki endeavors to treat her like a daughter.
So I have witnessed.
Sometimes Loki has to be more stern. But a parent does what they believe to be right by their child.
You see him chewing on something,
Mm-hmm.
and then he opens his mouth to talk, and you notice that it is a block of cheese that he's chewing on. and then he'll look at his feet and he'll walk on the water.
I'll look at where his feet are.
Give me an intelligence check.
No, at 20.
He's trying to show you what the last piece does. Cast water walking.
Oh.
He will float up in the air, his other raven will land on his shoulder, and he'll say with a booming voice, I am Odin Allfather. I have heard your plea. Continue to serve me faithfully, and magic will come to thee. And you wake up.
Alright. So is it my shift now?
Nope. You just wake up in a cold sweat, and you're like, whew. And you see sitting right next to you is a fishing pole. And you have the fish in your hand. It's still alive.
Ooh. Hello, Mr. Fish.
Water, water, water.
I will, how big is this fish?
It's a,
That's a pretty big fish.
like trout size.
Not the steam pie.
Do I eat the fish, or do I...
To be or not to be?
I'll step out with the fish. I'll look around. Is there any source of water?
No.
No.
Other than your water skin.
I actually don't have a water skin. I have a water jug. Holds a gallon of water.
Other than that, no.
But, I'll uncork the thing. I'll hold him close. See if he shrinks.
Nope.
No?
You're just teasing him, really.
I guess.
Now, ish.
Look, he apologizes. It seems your end is come.
Oh, well. Mom always told me I would go out with a bang.
Yes, well... Sweet dreams, sweet prince.
Are you gonna crush his head?
Yeah, that's probably the easiest way to mercy kill it. Just,
It's dead.
and I'll fry it up a little bit. Have myself some fish stew. And then, yeah. So I'm basically at the fire now, so.
So you notice, when you're done eating the fish, the where the cheek would normally be, there appears to be a stone lodged in his cheek.
I'll take the stone out.
When you pull it out, it has a rune drawn on it.
Ooh, another rune.
Would you hand me Midgard, please?
I wonder if this is going to be a rune dedicated to Njord? Are there any runes dedicated to him? I don't know. It's hard to remember what all of them are dedicated to.
You see this symbol.
What is it called?
That is Algiz. Algiz. Elk and reindeer evading danger, dedicated to the god Heimdall.
Elk.
Remember the phrase that Odin said to you? So I have heard.
Mm-hmm.
Who watches everything.
Heimdall.
And then you can look at what it does. It's a decent. So while that is happening, George and one of the twins can give me another perception check.
Just straight up perception.
Yep, this is the last one.
Natural 20.
All right.
10.
So you're the only one that hears it again. You hear the howl, but it's closer.
Closer.
Sounds like a... Because you're a Beastmaster, it sounds like a younger male.
Okay, so since it's closer, we now have a reason. So, so this is still that first watch, right? Because he's on it, so it would still be the female.
Yep.
So the female is going to approach you,
Me?
Yep.
Okay.
And she's gonna kind of lean in and whisper. There's a wolf howl that way.
He'll prick up and whistle. Hati! So does the call feel like an answer or just a?
You feel your heart flutter.
Okay, so it feels like an answer.
You ever had that feeling where like you're not sure which direction it's coming from, like but you can hear it running?
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very much pack tactics, velociraptor-y feeling. And then you see from your left-hand side, you see 3 wolves step out of the darkness. And then out of the right, you see 3 more.
She'll like go for her bow.
And then on one of the rocks straight ahead, you'll see a very beautiful young male that has a very proud stance. Looks very familiar.
So is there some check I need to see if I can ID
No,
him?
no.
Okay.
You know who it is.
Alright.
Meanwhile, the twin is getting into battle stance because you're surrounded by wolves.
Alright. Brother!
Is that what you do?
Yep.
So you're gonna run up to him?
Yes.
She's just gonna watch, like, very confused, but then kind of figure out that he clearly knows the wolf, and more just she'll relax, but the bow is still the arrow's still in the bow, and she's just kind of nervously watching the 2 groups on the sides, but not making a threat against them.
So you see the male wolf that's over there with him hop up on its hind legs and kind of put his paws on him and kind of kiss his face a bunch. And they kind of bond for a couple of minutes. George, when you go up on the rock and you look, you notice there's like 12 other wolves behind him.
I don't care.
So there's like 18 of them total. That's a big pack. And they're all just sitting there, just watching.
Skull, are we safe?
I've missed you so much, brother.
Okay.
He'd like kind of talk to you.
She'll reach into her pack to pet Tickles, but find that Tickles isn't there.
Okay. Put it in the pot?
You're asleep.
No, I stayed up all night cooking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you're awake during all this. Okay.
Yeah.
She just kind of like looks up at your feet then, we'll say.
In the pot.
Oh, so she was there when I cooked my fish.
Yeah.
Yep.
She doesn't know.
But
No.
she's so cute.
I'm not gonna give her the cheese.
God. Hild, I need a wisdom save from you.
Wisdom save. 4.
It's a kitty.
What would Hild do if Hild noticed that there was 4 large wolves walking into camp, walking towards your meat?
Is he awake?
He's right by the fire eating a fish.
What does it do?
As soon
Oh,
as you start
Their
moving
heads
like
are
that,
down, their
she,
ears are back, and their teeth are showing.
she bamps away as soon as she starts making spastic movements.
Oh, look at the wolves. Don't really like wolves because wolves and Odin are not. Well, he does have his own wolves, but
I was about to say, wait, what?
it's Fenrir.
There's a specific wolf he does not like.
It's
Damn.
not like we don't have.
That's
any.
enough. So, unless you're going to stop them, they're going to move forward to the fire. Or to where you're cooking.
So I'll take a handful of meat where that's uncooked and just kind of throw it at him.
They will pounce on it and attack it. And they run off with all the meat that you threw to them.
Okay. So like 10 pounds of meat.
Probably.
Okay.
That was interesting.
So you have 6 wolves staring at you.
She just kind of like scans back and forth. She's not making a move towards them, but she's not making a move away from them.
George, what are you doing by this point?
I stand up. And look around. I should be able to read Hadi's body language to the point where I understand what the other wolves are doing, unless he's not with them.
They're basically in a protective formation.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are trying to get at the food that's at the camp. Can you sit forward so I can see you?
Okay. He'll tell Hadi, eat up and send your brothers on. You're home now.
He'll look over at the wolves and he'll look at one of them specifically, like a darker colored one, and it'll walk towards him. And it'll kind of nudge it, and they'll pass between them some body language. You'll witness this. And then you'll see the black one kind of growl and look over at the camp, and all of a sudden 20 wolves pour into camp and start attacking the meat that you have piled up. And all of the meat is gone. That's uncooked.
I'm gonna go hide in this tent. That's terrifying.
Yeah, is it clear they're not going for the people? Because
Correct.
she would have absolutely woken up her brother if a bunch of wolves ran at camp.
They are clearly avoiding the people.
Okay.
What do you do when you see 20 wolves pour into camp?
What are you doing here?
Shut up, big man, says one of them. Our alpha told us to eat. We're eating.
Have some manners.
Manners are for humans. And they'll kind of,
Yeah, giant.
they'll kind of,
I'm not. Loki is not a human. Loki is a giant.
oh, I'm sorry, Your Majesty. I didn't know.
1,000 pardons.
So he'll grab a mouthful of meat and take off, and they'll all disappear into the darkness. And then you'll see George's character, Skull, walk into camp with a large male wolf. What does your wolf look like?
I mean, it's a very large but well kept gray wolf. So if you've ever seen one, it's got the long, narrow muzzle, sharp teeth, very intelligent looking, amber colored eyes, that sort of thing.
Fenrir's ass. Wolves all over tonight. Odd. What has been going on?
My brother found me. He'll rub the wolf on the back of the head.
Your brother is a wolf.
Yes.
Out of nowhere, you just see a bullhead pop up from behind the cart and go, "Are they gone?"
They're gone.
I don't know how they didn't see me. He'll walk back over to the camp and sit down and go, "Oh, I'm so glad they're..." And he stares at the wolf and goes, "I have been misled. I have been lied to. There is one still here." And he starts to back away. He's like, "Is he going to eat me?" Now, mind you, this bull is like 5 times its size and has massive horns.
The bull is like the size of me.
Yeah.
But it's also scared of wolves just by instinct.
So it's like, is this going to eat me?
Not if you let it.
Not unless I kill you first.
Phrasing.
Wait, what? I thought you were being kind to them.
You are. I am. It's just this is a threat. It's a statement of fact.
Sounds like a threat from his perspective.
Oh, that's
I enjoy what I said. Not if you let it.
So, at this point in time, the night will kind of go on as normal. You notice that he has a new wolf companion.
How many rations was I made before the wolves attacked?
There is 100 dry rations of meat.
Okay.
Roughly about a half a pound each. That's been dried, so...
Alright, 100.
Basically, you have 100 small bags of beef jerky.
Mm-hmm.
Put in a big bag, probably. So, now that the last major encounter has happened, a little quicker than I thought due to dice rolls, I'm going to have you guys start with you and make a D12 roll.
Okay.
And then we're going to go around the table.
And what are we, like, where are we in terms of time? And how
So this
going?
would be the third day. You're rolling for the third day.
Oh, okay. So before that, because I have something that we would have done that night when they were switching off.
I was going to start jumping to you
Watches.
guys getting to town because we're almost at stopping time.
That's fine. This is one thing I would have done last session. I just would have, now that no strangers are around, I would have checked that bag that dwarf gave me in the first session for payment for telling her that the inn was by a connecting road. She gave me a pouch of something. You said it wasn't coins, but
I thought that was the bag of rubies.
No, the bag of rubies
Oh, no,
came
wait a
from.
minute. No, hold on.
Came from the guy.
Oh, yeah. So there is 12 small uncut diamonds in there.
Okay.
They're very small.
Mm-hmm.
You estimate they're probably worth, because they're uncut, they're probably worth maybe 20 gold each.
Okay. It's still pretty good. Okay. So D12.
So, yep, D12.
That's a 10.
Okay.
12.
George?
So are each of these a day?
Yep.
So just on the downtime, we would have kept doing the initiative training.
Yep, that's
6.
I kind of assumed.
And during one of the random days of downtime, I got a 2. I would have done as he asked me and identified his bow and the
bow, the handkerchief. I wouldn't have you identify what was in the bag, so just those two.
Okay. Yeah.
Stacy?
10.
Okay. So the rest of the trip to Vennensod goes uneventful. Along the journey, the bow is identified, so you're now aware of what it is. If you'd like to say it out loud so that he knows what it is.
It's an oath bow.
Okay.
The handkerchief, however, is extremely rare. The handkerchief has been blessed, and you're positive of this, has been blessed by the tears of
Freya.
And will cast Revivify once.
Ooh. Nice.
With that, we are going to stop the episode there. You guys are just now arriving out on the outskirts of Vennensod, approaching the city with your donkeys, cart, and one bull.
I can now talk.
Apparently. So,
Oh, I did command him to eat that cheese.
Command who?
Her. Really?
it's a one-time use thing.
Oh,
it's not permanent.
oh, I thought it was
It's
just
not
permanent.
No.
Oh, he did not clarify that.
No, you get the feeling not to do that.
Oh, okay.
But you need to warn her not to waste it.
Yeah. I tell you to, if you're ever gonna be on the water, like about to drown, eat that cheese.
I'll just give it to you.
No, you keep it. That's an order.
So with
Don't
that,
give it away.
with that being the case, the episode will conclude with you guys arriving to Vennensod that evening. The torches are lit on the gate entering into Vennensod. There are guards checking all the carriages and people coming in, and we will pick up there next episode. So we will see you guys next Saturday. Hopefully Ron won't be sick and have to postpone until 3. But I did get up a little late and had some stuff to do. But we will see you guys next episode, and have yourself a good evening, and we'll see you at the table.
Bye bye.